you reign!
This is the D-Generation Clix podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruckman,
Ravage!
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
We
best friends, Asgard to Mouth, and Pete.
Cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation Clix podcast. This is Ryan, and I'm back with Miles, Dan, and Pete for the second half of our set review for Smash and Destroy.
Full title of your sex tape.
First, we have Arrow, who is 034. She has team player team ability, Agents of Atlas, Mystical Scientist Spy keywords. She has a trait, which is Force Blast, Architect of the Sky, Force Blast. Force Blast is free, but only to target a character that was targeted with Perplex this turn. When Arrow uses Force Blast, she may choose the direction of the knockback. She has another trait, which is Aerokinesis, Passenger 2, and free, move a friendly character within range that can use flight or that shares a keyword with Arrow 1 square. They automatically break away. And then she has a special damage power, which is Winds of Change, Perplex, Probability Control. She has improved movement through characters, 5 range, 2 bolts, and then at 45 points, she is sidestep the whole dial, flight. First two are TK with an 11 attack, and then she has an 18 super senses her whole dial, and then the first 2 clicks of her 4-click dial are the 3 damage with that special damage power. A really cool, just a perplex knockback interaction for her trait. It does have the backslash or the double slash. When she uses Force Blast, she chooses the direction, so she could use it as free and as a costed action in the same turn, choosing that direction that she knocks back both times. And then just great support. She's a flying sidestep taxi with Passenger 2, ignoring characters for movement and TK. And then that free move for a friendly with flight or that shares a keyword. She's got Mystical and Scientist. So just overall, just really cool support piece. And then she got that rollout too. So 45 though is always a lot for support. I think I'd like to see her maybe at 40. What is your guys' take on her?
I think she's appropriately costed at 45 because at 40, I think that you can even get it more busted. There's several figures that benefit from the move for making attacks. And so, she's 2 Mandarin rings. So that's essentially, you can just look at her as 35 points.
Yeah, she's literally the influence and the spin. Plus, you get perplex prob and everything else that she does. So
you have starter Superman who, whenever he moves, he can make an attack. And so you're just going to be able to load him up. And there's already ways to get him to 3 to 4 attacks in Modern as it is. And so now you're going to throw Arrow in to give him that 5th attack. And so with that, she's going to be able to just completely help that Alpha Strike. I think she's appropriately cost at 45. I think 50 would have been too much. And I think 40 is a tad bit too less. I think 45 is perfect for what she does.
She's unique, thankfully, so you can only play the one. But, I mean, she does a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Because she's got Passenger 2 as well, so she's also your taxi. So she's... I mean, to me, she does everything you want out of a support piece for the most part.
Yeah, she's doing a lot. I just like them a little lower.
I had to play against it, and she's a highly efficient piece. So after hearing Redmond's explanation of wanting 40 and Miles saying 45 is fine, I think 42.5 would have been reasonable. Final answer.
Well, 43. Got it.
42.5, Daniel.
Yeah, it's. I would like to see her at 40, but I can just see the implications of her at 40. Just shaving off those 5 points with what she does is insane. So that's why I think of her as 35 points. Just because she has 2 Mandarin rings built in to her cost.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she's great. She's
now,
great.
Me
it's a good start to
personally,
the supers.
She has a Mern keyword, and with the new Pog coming out at Huntington's, I don't know. I just see Mern being played if that Pog gets being played, and so when I'm building, like I'm at the point where I'm not building with Mern keywords.
Well, that and two, she also has team player, so she can also do stuff with team player. So that's my other thought as well. On top of that,
Are you building with her?
no, but I'm not building with her keywords. So, and I'm not building non-theme. So no.
All right. Miles?
No, because the same reason like I already said it with the Mern keywords, but there is builds out there that will show how efficient she is if people want to, because there's that starter Superman that a few people have been talking about and been building. It hasn't been played as much as it should be, I guess, with how efficient he is, and you're now getting an extra attack with her for that alpha. And the difference between 4 and 5 attacks in an alpha is insane.
Yeah, it adds up. Again, though, it's 45 points for one more attack.
Well, but it's not just the one attack. She does all of her other stuff on top of it, making him even better.
But does she also do all of her other stuff?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, she's got props. She has perplex, and then when she perplexes, she can then so like for instance, like Ghost Rider, for instance, who's starting to see an uptick in play, she can perplex someone adjacent to Ghost Rider and bring them to you, so then now their powers aren't protected. So there's a lot of applications for her.
Pete, are you building with her? Fun or competitive?
Not competitive. I mean, she's got a place in competitive. She's a good butterfly option, right, for 45. And I guess if somebody really wants to utilize her, she does do unique things. So that's what I like in cliX pieces. I am not building with her though, but I think people need to be very aware of her.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is her time right now, but keep an eye out for her because it's definitely a piece that I'm going to come back to when I need certain things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we got next?
Next, first I want to say thank you for giving me a character's name with me having a problem without front teeth. So next we have 035A Tooth Gnasher. I think I was able to say that.
Oh, sorry.
I did this before I found out about the tooth.
The first time I heard that in that movie, I died. It's the most ridiculous, dumb thing, but I love it. He has cosmic energy. He's 50 points.
Oh, sorry.
He's got as guardian, animal, brute, and ruler. Because, he deserves to be ruler because he's the ruler of the goats. He's got 2 traits. His first trait is driven to Jotunheim, which is move, passenger 2. This is an uppercase move. So it's an action. Passenger 2, half speed, then move. If Tooth Gnasher carries a character with the Asgardian keyword, this turn that character can be given a costed action as if they weren't carried. If a 035B Tooth Grinder there we go. With all carried during this action, after resolutions, remove an action token from one of the carried characters. His second trait is Omnivorous Beast. Free, destroy an adjacent terrain marker. And his special defense power, which is on his last click 5, is called Lord of Goats. Stop regeneration. // When this click is first revealed, you may choose an adjacent friendly character. If you do, KO Tooth Gnasher. KO Tooth Gnasher. And heal the chosen character 3 clicks and remove any action tokens from them. He has improved movement, destroy, 2 clicks of hypersonic, 2 charge, 1 phasing, 2 super strength, 2 quake, nothing on his last click for attack, 2 toughness, 2 regen, his stop, and then 2 enhancement, 2 support, nothing on his damage for his last click. I guess before we really talk about him, we're going to talk about his brother, Tooth Grinder, who is the exact same stat-wise, except he has Empower instead of Enhancement. And he has Headbutts, free knockback an adjacent opposing character instead of destroying a terrain marker.
Yep.
I think honestly that these will define the meta. I prefer Grinder, but Nasher, but I think Grinder has a place with Empower. I really do. I think it needs to be clarified that only one, if as Guardian character, can be
carried by them specifically.
Yeah, but that's fine because you can carry like an Asgard Spidey and a Pegasus Cap, and as of right now, you can place Pegasus Cap in square 6.
Yep.
With Mjolnir, he gets full reach. He hits one figure. 2 friendly characters get charged, so then now you're going to be able to do an Ares bomb with Asgard Spidey because he has charge now.
Or you could just do the Heimdall sight, give him 8 range, and then give him giant with pin particles, and just have him hit from basically across the board.
Exactly. Yeah, giant reach 8. Yeah, with that is just insane.
Well, no, it's during the range attack. That's what. Or no. Oh, so Ares has to work from close attacks. So that doesn't work. But he could still just do the D8 from 8 squares away with an 8 range. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because he can do giant reach with his his little functions. Yes.
So I think that they're really cool. They're definitely going to make some fun Asgardian teams. I'm not sure if you're paying 50 or 100 points to do like some crazy alpha with PegCap though, but I'm really happy they made them. I wish they did have sound effects on the base though.
No, you absolutely do, because now like Pegasus Cap, like that's one thing. Like he now gets full map. And then you can follow it up with an Ares bomb. You absolutely Pegasus Cap is one of the best attackers for him.
For 90 points for a third of your build, yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's better than Diana?
Build.
It's different, but it works similarly. So
yeah, I honestly think it's better than Diana because you're gonna be able to give another figure charge. It's also gonna have Asgard. You can't use defense powers. Absolutely.
You're 15 points less. Because you're not having to invest in the health cycle. So there is that.
And actually, you're 25 points less because he's 40, not 50.
No, I know. But I'm saying Tooth Grinder versus Diana.
Yeah.
She's 65 with the health cycle. The Tooth Gnasher or Tooth Grinder are only 50.
Yeah, and she can only place one, whereas you're getting full map with both.
Okay.
So Tooth Grinder's going to be able to get, double alpha off.
Pete, what is your opinion on the goats?
I think they should both be turned into Berea. Berea. Tacos. I hate them.
Do you want to share your experience with them?
Oh, yeah, I'll share my experience. So, we played our sealed, right? So I actually got to play HeroClix. And I pulled a super rare, which is quite the occasion for me. And it happened to be Tooth Gnasher. And then I proceeded to lose by 3 straight rounds because he crit missed twice in one game and then just seemingly did nothing else other than deploy my pile driver who hit something and then proceeded to get pile driven into the ground by whatever I was facing. It was a rough night. I'm not a fan of the goats. I have 2 of them. I gave one to Dan. Dan gave me the release day figure, so that's the best thing that goat's going to ever do for me.
Get you
a release day figure. Yeah. But I understand why people like them. I get the utility. This is just... You know how we talk about those pieces that, like, you play them, and they just get you pants so hard that you're like, yeah, that's what this guy is to me immediately. Like, I'm just like, dude, you got beat so severely, I'm never going to play you again.
Yeah, no, he just... I know it's as Guardian instead of Monster or Mystical, but this is very similar to Blackheart. So that's why I think that he'll be seeing an upkick in play.
Now, I do support clicks with sound effects on the bases, and I can't wait to hear somebody complaining on our post after they listen to this about the amount of drops that
oh yeah
the goats were.
Too much goats. I made 2 of them. If you can't tell, here's one, and then here's the second one.
Yep.
You see how the second one is a little bit longer? Here's the first one again. And then this is the longer one. That's number 2.
Well, they almost
Actually,
sound the same.
They're
You want to
they're,
try 'em
they're
again?
close. They're close. Yeah. So I actually named on the
Yeah.
soundboard. It says Tooth Gnasher. This is him. It's both goats, but I named this one Tooth Gnasher, and then the second one again,
Yeah.
both goats, but this one is Tooth Grinder. See, it's a little longer though, so shorter,
No,
longer.
so
Yeah,
let there never
Grinder
be
sounds
a
like
question. Yeah, let there never be a question about our commitment to quality or to the community. Full service podcast.
All right, we'll say goodbye to the
Good job,
goats. Thanks. Moving on to 036 Constrictor. I think this guy's awesome. He actually messed me up in pre-release and a BR, and it kind of hurt, but I'm looking forward to playing him. Last time we got Constrictor, I think, was the first Deadpool set. That was way before we started playing, and he's a character that kind of pops up in video games a lot, and so I tracked him down actually pretty quick when we started. But he's a little dated for 110 points, so I was pretty excited to see that we were getting a new one. Pete, do you remember when I played that first one? Or no? This was like early.
I don't recall him, so he must not have done anything really violent to me.
I think he got like one good attack off, and it was one of those pieces where you're like, well, that piece needs to die, and he did, and then I didn't bring him back.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
But this Constrictor has the Masters of Evil team ability, Frightful 4, Masters of Evil, Shield, 6-pack, Armor, Assassin, and Spy keywords. He has a trait, which is Bionic Cables, Giant Reach 3, a special attack power, Crushing Coils. When Constrictor hits, after resolutions, give each hit opposing character an action token, then deal them damage equal to the number of action tokens they have, and then a special defense power, Shield Engineered Battlesuit, ESD, and Invulnerability. He's got a 3 range, 2 bolts, only 60 points, but he gets 8 clicks with that 60 points, starting with a charge, and then he gets an 11 attack with the special attack power for 5 clicks, special defense power at an 18 for the first 3 clicks, and then he has 4 clicks and 3 damage of exploit weakness. So yeah, this guy was pretty brutal in both seals, just dealing the penetrating damage, and then also giving you an action token.
Like if he got Quake somehow for like cheap, like
Universal weapon.
yeah, I mean that's fair. Like that's I was trying to think of, is there anything cheaper that could give him Quake? But yeah, that's pretty. I mean, he's got, because Giant Reach 3 Quake exploit, and then you just give tokens and start damaging them again. Like that to me is awesome.
Pretty good. So yeah, he it's a nice long dial. I'm not sure how great this guy will be when you start trying to like build.
Well, and he gets around Mystics really well. I mean, I know he's 60 points, but like you can just dual target and not deal damage. He still hits them.
Exactly.
Then, yeah, so it's really good. And it also gets past those pesky stop clicks that don't have reducers.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like toughness, right? Because if they have two tokens, they're taking 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then he has Flurry even clicks 3 through 5. So like, are we thinking motorcycle?
I mean, it's actually probably not bad. I would like to have him a way to get Quake, but that's not a bad alternative. So
I like the Quake.
'Cause
It's
it's
8. What
Yeah.
you're doing, so like you got at least a 4 charge, and then Giant Reach 3 is pretty awesome.
7. I mean, 7 reach. That's pretty good. For
Yeah, and he has TK. He's got 11. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Chance to pin particle him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, you like pin particles? What's this?
They're fine. My biggest complaint, honestly, is just the boring sculpt. Any character that has tendrils has the opportunity to just have some really cool poses, and he's just kind of standing here all flaccid.
Yeah, honestly, the first set, Infinity Challenge Constrictor, has a more dynamic pose, which is sad.
Yes.
Maybe
Well, I know what Redmond's
We're in favor of non-flaccid tentacles. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, that's-
Tendrils, yes.
Yes.
Here it is. I'm gonna share it.
I can get behind that if we're gonna make a stand on something. He's awesome. He's going on Masters of Evil. You boys taking bets tonight? Miles?
Oh yeah, I totally was like, oh, that Master of Evil, Pete will play that.
Yeah.
Miles, you
Oh, yeah.
taking any bets?
Yeah.
6-pack in silver. Make it happen.
Okay. 6-pack in silver.
See, I thought Assassin. Honestly, I think this guy's like, for Assassin, being a good close attacker finally. I was like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, once after rotation, when we lose all of our range stuff from Notorious, I think Assassin and Silver is going to be crazy. So this guy's definitely got a chance in there too.
Hmm.
Man, super rares, except for those crappy goats, are good so far.
The goats are nice.
The goats will never be nice. I'm done with them.
All right, what do we got next?
Next, we have Harpy. This is the A side, so she is 80 or 50 points. She is Aim, Hulkbusters, Brute, and Monster. She has a special speed and a special damage power. The special speed power she only gets on her top line for clicks 1 through 3, and then the special damage power she gets on her low line from clicks 4 through 7. So her first 3 clicks are the speed power, super strength, and invuln. She has full range. She's also got flight. And then her last 4 clicks are running shot, psychic blast, toughness, and then the damage power, and then the last 2 are flurry, blades, impervious, and the damage power. The damage power is improved targeting destroys blocking, range combat expert, and then when Harpy attacks after resolutions, destroy any blocking terrain within 1 square of each character. And her speed power, if I don't know if I mentioned it, is hypersonic. When Harpy uses it, after resolutions, you may place a character she hit adjacent to her, which is, I mean, for kill boxing, that's pretty dope. So.
I like that damage power as a butterfly swap.
Yeah, I was like, I honestly
Yeah.
like her on her low line a lot better than her top line.
Yeah, because she's a decent attacker by herself, not just a mind control, but like she's a really decent attacker. But like now you're going to be able to destroy those blocking terrains and everything for the butterfly swarms, which is really good.
A 12 for 4, yeah, just natively.
Yeah, and it's each hit target. So if you have multiple butterfly swarms hitting multiple people, like a map like Bunker or Bloodstone, like there can just be a complete clearing after she attacks.
How is she doing multiple targets?
The butterfly swarm.
Because you can target everybody adjacent to a butterfly swarm, and you
With butterfly swarm, yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay, with the butterfly.
Yeah. Yeah. Specifically with butterfly, not yeah, but like that because I mean that's. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that. I mean, but the sideline is so stacked right now that I'm not sure she's going to really replace anyone for butterfly swap. But I think she brings something unique. That's definitely something to, if you play butterfly, to really look at.
Well, I mean, after rotation too, you got to think because butterfly will probably stick around, but some of his swaps may dip off, so then she might replace.
Yeah, because we're losing some of the gods. But yeah.
If Barrier comes back, I think she's someone you start looking at. She has an average 4 range, but that 10 running shot, 12 pensai, 4 damage, that's really good.
That's above average. Yeah, especially for 50 points. She's 4 clicks, but I mean she hits, which is great. So
I had to play against her. She's very, very efficient. I think if you're gonna pay the extra 30 points, that's a pretty good 3 clicks to get for 30 points of that hypersonic and the kill box thing. So I don't really have a problem with her at either point line. I think she's a very unique piece that way. So I like her a lot.
And not for nothing, she can get the +1 longsword for free because she is a brute. So,
yep.
I think the only thing that I don't like about that hypersonic is that if she's doing it as a close attack, she still has to break away. Otherwise, she just sits there.
No, not if you push them back with super strength.
Oh, okay. I guess you still got a position though. And
yeah,
you have to be able to.
Yeah, I get that. That's my thought is you knock them back and then you run it. You move away and then pull them to you. So, but next we have the B side. So this is the 80-point Prime Harpy. She has the Defender's team ability. She's got Defender's Brute, Monster, Mystical. She's got 2 traits. She is 5 clicks long. She also has flight and full range. So her first trait is This Is Me and I Am Not Kind. Once per attack, when Red Harpy or an adjacent friendly character is damaged by an opposing character's attack, after resolutions, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. So it's Mystics, but better. And then the second trait is the Revival of the Green Door. So when Red Harpy would be KO'd by an opposing effect, instead roll a d6 and place the result on her card. If the result is not already on her card, turn her to click 1. Otherwise, KO her protected pulse wave. So for 80 points, she is a 12 charge, 12 super strength, 18 impervious, 3 battle fury, and then she alternates between that and a sidestep, blades, impervious, and either battle fury or exploit. So it goes 1 and it alternates. I think she's amazing. She's 80 points of I will play this all the time.
She's 80 points for me of I roll the same thing immediately on my D6 rolls and she's dead.
Well, Dan is
100%.
door. Like everyone knows Dan's behind the green door when you open it. So
No, this is a great Dan piece for sure.
yeah.
I will get that
Yeah.
6 dice on my card and be like, haha, I have 7 lives this game.
There's a piece upcoming in the Legacy that's going to be very much anti-Dan tech for me with this kind of crap rolling around.
I mean, you're talking about him and Deathlock. I mean, they're just
Starting to line
Yeah,
up the
she's-
anti-Dan pieces.
She's awesome though. I mean, there's nothing not to like. Even if you're like, so say 50%, you're still getting what 12 clicks.
Which is a
So
lot.
assuming she revives at least twice, I'm with Redmond. I would absolutely roll a 1 twice in a row and be like, well, that was great. Glad I played that.
I think the biggest
they're gonna be-
deal is that when you're going up against her, you have to decide if you're going to attack her because, like, the opposite of me and what would happen with Dan is that they just keep coming back. So is it worth, wasting all of your attacks in the beginning against a piece that's just coming back on click 1 anyway?
True, but if you attack her friends that are next to her, she's just dealing, like, just eating pen damage too. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of, like, potential there. I just,
Yeah.
for me, this just won't go well for me.
no, I love the gamble. This is like, all right, how many clicks can I get this game out of this? Can I stretch it to 16?
I'll vomit. It'll happen.
Wait, how'd you get to vomiting?
Just watching the numbers, like where you have like everything but one number, and I'm like, all right, there's no way he's gonna pass, and there it is. That's great. Congratulations, Dan.
no. That's why I'm already building the silver or even for a monthly of the anti-Dan team because there's that Black Panther that doesn't let you use Blades, Claws, Fangs. So like that's
I love it. Yeah, that's right. That guy. He's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
don't do that.
So there's it's
Well, Doc
Dan, you've
Sasquatch
inspired
did
a lot of
really good.
anti-dam tech.
I know. I know.
Doc Sasquatch did
All
really
right,
good in
you
the
guys-
monthly. But yeah, we can go on.
Titania.
You think you're special? You're animal control, honey.
Masters of Evil. She's 038. Alpha Flight. Femizons. Ooh, Miles, I got a new bet for you. Illuminati, Latveria, Masters of Evil, Brute.
trust me.
She,
I'm waiting for that
she-
keyword to get more love.
She's Mary McFerrin. She's got a trait Punch Club. Super Strength, friendly key characters with the Brute keyword take a max of 1 damage from opposing characters that can use Super Strength or Close Combat Expert. That's good. She's got a special attack power hold dial. Quake, when Titania uses it, she can use Giant Reach 3. If adjacent to a friendly character with the Brute keyword, that's also good. She's 100 points or 30 points. I think more likely getting played at 30, but at 100 you get Charge, the special attack power, Invincible, and Close Combat Expert. And at 30 you get Sidestep, the special attack power, 17 Invuln, and Exploit Weakness. I have 2 of them if anybody needs one. Just saying.
Well, I love her at 30, and I think there's like her at 30 with Prime Kingpin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's now at 12 for 4. If you want to throw that, if you want to give her a long sword, she's now going to be at 13 for 5.
Oh, gross.
Plus the sidestep to get her there. Just like, all right, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's potential.
I mean,
30
personally, though,
points.
it's a motorcycle. Yeah, because like if there's that's as the great what's his name? There's a few things that I enjoy.
Fine-tuned guitars and firm-feeling women.
And she definitely fits. And motorcycles. I'm definitely going to be putting her on a bike.
All right.
I love the love
Okay,
that
so-
Brute's got in this set, and so at 30 points, I think Brute's almost its own keyword right now with all the support it got.
Oh yeah. It
I
was,
think so too. Yeah.
I have a guy that's like, hey, is the trio worth it with Brute? And I'm like, give it a go, because that might be pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Brutes in this set, you can get that trio out quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but all the buffs they get too. It's like, oh yeah, that's gnarly.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Her at 30. I don't. You never even look at that top dial.
Can I?
I guess
Can I
no.
request?
Game. Sure.
Can I request a poll on the Facebook page? I'm not allowed to edit the Facebook page, probably for good reason.
Oh, it must be an accident. Slight overlook.
What should Miles build in silver? Femizons or 6-pack?
Yes.
Why not
can we
both?
get Femazons with a 6-pack?
Oh,
Because I mean, they're there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Titania
I'm pretty sure.
and Thundra and Wonder Woman, like those three right there. Like you could argue that they probably have 8-packs.
But anyway, next is Cinder. She is 80 or 55 points. She is Cosmic Entity. She has Guardian, Monster, Politician, top 32 at Worlds, and Ruler.
Right.
She has 2 traits and a special attack power. The first trait is Poison. When Cinder uses it, characters occupying or adjacent to any fire markers are considered adjacent to her, and she just deals penetrating damage. Next trait is when Cinder takes damage, after resolutions deal 1 damage to all opposing characters within 2 squares. So again, Mystics, but kind of better. And then her attack power, which is on clicks 1 through 4, is Blade's Claws. When Cinder uses it, after resolutions generate up to 4 fire smoke terrain markers in or adjacent to a hit target square. At the beginning of your next turn, even if this is lost, deal 1 damage to each character occupying those markers, then remove those markers. So for 80 points, you're getting Charge, the attack power, Impervious, and Leadership. She is also a giant, and she has 4 range. She has 4 clicks of Charge with that attack power. She loses Leadership on click 3, and then she has 2 clicks of Sidestep EE with Invul, and her last 2 clicks are Flurry, Blades, Toughness, and Battle Fury. I mean, and she's also unique, not for nothing. So I mean, she can bring the pain. So. But is she modern competitive? No, but she's fun. Like, I'll definitely play this.
You know what? I think that this piece right here might make Blackheart in a semi low tier competitive.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that can use the fire marker? That's actually funny.
Yeah. Yeah, because he makes a fire marker for free. And so she's able to do the poison with it.
Yeah, that's actually funny.
So, you know, a lot of things, like, you can just completely destroy someone's support. And, yeah, obviously you're going to play her at 55 points. But, I mean, there could be something there. I mean, anything that makes the fire markers, I'd have to delve deeper into exactly who makes the fire markers. But with her considering them adjacent when she uses poison, and she does penetrating damage, I mean, I think that it's something unique that can be built around.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a ton of different types of ways to deal penetrating damage. I got to play her in a BR and my sealed yesterday, and she was awesome, honestly. And I don't know, at 25 more points, if you build around her, getting that the leadership and 4 damage, I think there might actually be something. She did really well.
Oh, never mind. These are different. Okay, no, these are okay. That everything burns is going to need. I'm going to have to see the card to see if it's worded the same because, yeah, it says any fire markers. It's not fire smoke terrain marker.
Hold on. I have the card in front of me, so.
She did really well.
Any fire markers, yeah. So it's worded the same way.
So it's just her then, not the fire smoke.
Okay. Yeah, so she works with Harley Quinn. Ooh, is it?
She's an awesome sculpt. I saw her. She's
sculpt.
like amazing, and she looks like just a ton of fun. I mean, penetrating poison is always amazing. So I think somebody could probably unlock this piece at either point value. I think she'll probably see more utility at 55, but there's a lot of fun to be had at 80 with a giant doing all of that.
I mean, yeah, she gets Gaia for free, not for nothing. So there is that too, which is always good.
Yeah, and with the giant, yeah, that's not bad at all. Better chance to remove the action token.
Exactly. Yeah, that was what I was looking like. Oh, we have another one that's giant and can get Gaia. So that's always a plus.
Destroyer armor or bike? Oh, you can't put a bike on her, but you can put a destroyer armor? You can't. Damn it, she's a giant.
She's giant.
Oh, that's such a shame. Man, I had some plans there, boys, and they all just fell apart.
Back to the drawing
and
board.
Obviously, the elephant in the room is that this is Madonna. So.
Oh, could we not go there, please?
Well, I mean, this in a tomb. Yeah, this in a tomb's got Peter Marshfield just salivating.
I mean, she is from Jotunheim, so that's... Well, actually, no, sorry. She's from... Oh, God.
Asgard.
No, she's not.
Muspelheim.
Yes.
Muspelheim?
Yes, Muspelheim.
Yeah.
Is Surtur her
You're
dad?
welcome.
Yes, Surtur is her father.
Just threw that one out there. Cool.
Who's Luke's father?
That's why she's got the big. I think that's Twilight on her back. I'm not 100%, but I mean,
Same
I don't
chest
know.
plate
I
as
love
Surtur
that.
too, right?
huh?
Yeah,
Same chest plate as Surtur.
definitely. I love that Everything Burns is calling out probably one of the greatest songs ever made by Ben Moody and Anastasia.
No.
Yes.
Oh man. All right. Well, next is our first chase, which is Thor.
I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them. Because that's what heroes do.
He is 150 or 75 points. He has Avengers team ability and Mystics team ability. He's got Asgardian, Avengers, Cosmic Deity, Ruler, and Warrior. He's got 2 traits and a special defense power. His first trait is at the end of your turn, generate up to 2 smoke terrain markers within range. And then double slash. Friendly characters can use improved targeting, hindering. His second trait is at the beginning of your turn, for all characters with this trait, deal 1 penetrating damage to all opposing characters occupying a square with any smoke terrain markers. He also has improved movement and improved targeting blocking, so he has double improved targeting, which is awesome. And then his special defense power, which is only on click 6, is stop, impervious, knockback, double slash, free once per game. Choose an opposing character within 6 squares, destroy all terrain that would block Thor's line of fire to that character, and then make a close attack targeting that character regardless of adjacency. So for 150 points, you're getting 9 clicks, which you start off with running shot, EE, impervious, and leadership for 3 clicks, and then you switch to charge, impervious, super strength, and shape change for 2 clicks, and then you hit the stop click, which is running shot, side blast, the stop click, and shape change. The last 3 clicks start with charge, super strength, invuln, and then nothing, and the last click is sidestep, side blast, invuln, then nothing. He gets 5 clicks for 75 points, and that stop click is technically on click 2 of his low line.
So what's your personal thought on this Thor?
Awesome sculpt. He's really dope, and he's like fringe competitive in my mind because he does get Mjolnir for free, which gives him a great reach for 75 points. That stop click is awesome. Just giving out IT hindering is good, and I think he's just a lot to deal with. So I mean, he's good. Like, I don't know if he's right now like modern competitive, but I see something there.
Only at 75 with Mjolnir?
Yes, with the lack of outwit protection, the 150 is just tough. So especially with only the 4 range. So like, yes, IT hindering is big, but that 4 range, he's not running from anyone at that point.
Yeah, I think especially at the 150 point line, he needed that like cosmic energy for the protected outwit. I think that would have been fine.
But I mean, for 75 points, he's a 12 attack top dial with a 7 reach, and he can just blow through blocking or shoot through it. And like I said, he's giving out IT hindering. So for his friendlies that can shoot, that's amazing.
This is just like you smoke cloud and hand out penetrating damage, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but they get a chance to
this
like
man
move and everything.
They do,
Get
but
this
that's why.
man get this man a destroyer armor.
I think the would you like the destroyer armor over the Mjolnir though?
Yeah, because they're gonna give Mjolnir to the super rare Thor, and they're gonna be on the same team.
I don't like doing that with the same character.
I guess if I'm doing destroyer armor, it's getting close combat expert and toughness, but he already has like better reducers anyway, or equivalent.
Not the giant, the +2 defense?
No, I don't like giant. You're a huge sitting target being a giant. If you had stealth, it's different, but I don't like the giant size +2 defense. The +2 defense looks cute until you get hit, and right now in modern, everybody's getting hit, especially with rivalry. He's got all the good keywords for rivalry, so that +2 defense.
Dan, he's got shape change, so he's not getting hit on your team. So let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, everybody's just gonna outwit me or use Deathlock. It's gonna be like, cool. I just don't have it anyway.
The trait where you just keep making smoke train markers though every at the end of your turn is kind of neat. Just to have that storm rolling in. And do you have to remove them? You don't.
No, and especially because it's also it's just within range. He doesn't need line of fire, so you can be behind walls. Like I don't care about bunker. I'm just gonna drop it behind like on you. I don't have to see you.
And you could actually, it's any smoke terrain marker, so you could just start with 3 as your terrain. Not sure that's great, but you can do it.
Well, or say like a piece like the common what is it? Spider Noir comes into play, like just on the off chance it becomes like a more meta piece with the smoke to give shape change.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, you're all gonna eat damage now because you're sitting in smoke.
Yeah, the 75 points is a lot, but I think that there's some really cool things that he does for fun at 150 points for sure.
I like him with Prime Batman and Silver. Because any smoke terrain.
Oh, that Prime Batman. I was like, which one?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, yeah. This is a break away from him, you know?
Oh, you can hold him there then?
Well, yeah, because Batman can tie you down with his smoke markers.
Yeah, and also the trick arrows, too. The trick arrows has that, is it the putty arrow? Where they have to break away? So, like, there is a world where you can team up with someone that has a trick arrows, and you're going to use that as your alpha and drop that arrow on everyone.
Yeah, but they're hindering terrain, so they're not smoke. I mean, he could still generate his own smoke.
Oh,
but...
okay, that was okay. I thought it was smoke for some reason.
No.
Yeah, he does enough neat things that I think there's some potential there.
I'm just happy I have 3 currently playable Thors in Modern, which is dope.
First time ever.
I know.
He's awesome. The sculpt is A+. Like, he's super fun. I don't know if he's meta, but he's a fun piece that you will see around here. I'm sure hit the tables quite often because of the keywords.
Next, we have 041, Tony Stark.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Welcome home, son.
He's 60 points, has the Avengers TA. His keywords are Avengers, Stark Industries, Armor, and Scientist. He's got a trait, Stark Industries. When establishing theme teams, friendly characters with the Scientist keyword gain the Stark Industry keyword. Friendly characters with the Stark Industry keyword reduce damage by 1 in addition to any other effect that reduce damage. He has special defense power, which is on clicks 1 through 4, and it is Armory Delivery System, Energy Shield Deflection, and Willpower. Power. Generate a blocking terrain marker adjacent to a friendly character with the Stark Industries keyword. Until your next turn, that character can use Force Blast, Impervious, and has a minimum range of 4. And then he has a special damage power, which is only on his last click 5. Stoot Up. Stop. Range Combat Expert. He's got 5 range, single target. Starts off with 6'11", 19-1 as a pure support piece with Sidestep, TK, that power ability from his defense, and Outwit. And he's got 1 damage for 4 clicks, the same powers for 4 clicks. But he's got a 19 defense, which is good. And that stop click has 8'11", 18-3 with Running Shot, Psychic Blast, the range combat expert stop, and Impervious.
So he's a potential 13 for 4 on that last click because he has Avengers too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think there's something here with him at 60 points.
I mean, him just with Collector is really like giving Collector Impervious now so he can just reduce pen damage, potentially all of it, is amazing.
For 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's very important too. So he even gives himself essentially toughness. So you can't just ping him unless you're doing penetrating damage.
Just giving somebody a minimum range of 4 is really good too. And he's just generating blocking terrain that stays there.
Yeah.
And then there's enough stuff in Modern and Silver that stops defense powers, so that stop click on his damage power is great too.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm liking that we're seeing more and more.
This guy's definitely going to see some teams.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
This is one of the 2 that I pulled. I pulled him and Juggernaut.
I mean, he cheats Scientists, which is big, because Scientists are already good, so...
You know what's really cool, who also has Scientists, is Poison Ivy. So now she gets Impervious. And Force Blast.
I love it. That's going to be
So she gets to attack from across the map. And if you're doing the Ares Bomb version with her, then she's going to be able to knock people back with her blades.
Yeah, this is something you just, again, you have to remember all the stuff that he does, and then who that has a 0 range benefits from all of a sudden having a 4 range.
Or yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
minimum range 4 is really
the
good.
minimum too, so like anything with hypersonic just automatically gets better because it's like,
Yep.
oh, I have that extra square reach.
Right.
Which we saw with Arachnite. That minimum range was very important with him in hypersonic.
Mm-hmm.
When you use him with Vox Ignis.
Oh, I was thinking Galactus, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on this guy because there's a lot of potential that'll keep popping up every set.
Yep.
I think he's phenomenal. He's one of the 2 chases I really wanted. I absolutely was lucky enough to pull him. I'm very excited to see what people do with him. I just think there's so much you can do with him. I think 60 points is a good point cost for him, and I'm glad they did make him unique. And again, the sculpt is A+.
Yeah. The anyone with invincible or whatever, like just reducing damage by 1 is just honestly crazy. Reducing 3 damage.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If he gives it to anybody with invincible, you're now just potentially reducing all damage.
Yeah.
Well, and the impervious that he hands out is now an impervious that reduces 3.
3, right.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And I think we're seeing kind of, I think, less pieces with penetrating damage, or at least always penetrating damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye on this guy.
So next we have Big Boy, Hulk at 042. Has Defender's TA. He is 150 points. Has Defender's Brute, Monster, and Scientist. Keywords. He has 2 traits. 1, Boundless Gamma Might. 3, choose 2. Hulk can use the chosen effects until your next turn. Hulk takes a maximum of 2 damage from attacks. Power Cosmic. Free, make a close attack, or free, heal Hulk 1 click. And then his second trait is Bursting Through. Once per turn when Hulk destroys blocking terrain. After resolutions, he may deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character that was adjacent to that blocking terrain when it was destroyed. And he has a special speed power. His first 4 clicks, charge but don't have speed. Improved movement, destroy blocking. 0 range, he starts with 8, 12, 19, 4 with that special speed power. Super strength his entire dial. Invincible for 4 clicks, followed by 6 clicks of impervious. He is giant. He has Battle Furies on click 5 through 10, and then he ends with 3 clicks of flurry and 3 clicks of charge in the middle.
He's great.
I don't like the fact that he's a giant.
Really?
That's one thing. Yeah.
I like that he's a giant actually because that makes him just that full speed charge. He's getting to wherever he wants to go.
Well, I get that, but him at 150 points, I would have rather seen him at 125 in giant. I mean, 125 and
Standard.
giant. Because 150 is just he can't. You're not gonna be able to protect him, and so it's gonna be really hard.
I mean, but you're almost always picking that he takes a max of 2 damage. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's hard to chew through.
Yeah, I would like to. When you compare him to Juggernaut for that, Juggernaut's not giant, and you look at the sculpts, and Juggernaut's 3 times the size of him.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they're the same. Yeah. Or Hulk is more clicks for. If you're putting Juggernaut at his low line, Hulk I think is more clicks.
No, I'm saying the sculpt wise, like from the same set,
I mean, I get it. I don't know how much bigger they could have made him, but yeah, I mean, his sculpt.
The size of Juggernaut would be fine. Yeah, they just
Fair.
I like pieces that you have to make choices. So having 4 different things to have to choose from, I think really makes this a pretty cool, interactive. Is that the right word? Interactive figure, where he's going to play differently, and you can make those choices like on the fly depending on the team that you're making and the situation. Like that's some of my favorite stuff right there. And I usually honestly don't like Hulk figures too much, but this is definitely a cool one that I might actually field.
I think
I will definitely play him in the monthly.
Yeah, I mean this one I think from this where he was pulled from. I think this is the start of the Shattered Suns run. and I really like that storyline. So this is I mean, it's thematic. So
Yeah, the dealing one penetration to each opposing character that was adjacent to a blocking terrain he destroyed, and having improved targeting, improved movement, destroy blocking, is huge, especially with the free close attack.
yeah,
That's
that was
what-
my fault. And the fact that he's also a giant, so he can just move through people.
Yeah.
I just would have liked to seen a second point cost, maybe on click
Yeah.
5.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have made it more
I was
playable.
thinking click 4. So, or get one more click of the special speed power on click 5 and then start him there.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
No, just no special speed power.
I like lower dials that at
75
least
points,
have
no special speed power.
at least one click of the special speed power. So then you have to like address them, or like the opponent has to deal with them, take them off it or
Otherwise-
something.
Because otherwise, he's just he's gonna get shot at before he gets there if he doesn't have that.
Well, he's still gonna be able to. You can still make a close attack, so he's still going to be getting that charge. But in order to benefit from it, you're using that as one of your frees to play him at a discounted 75 points because you
Yeah.
still technically have full movement charge.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But if you're doing that, then you're not picking something else that's more defensive. So then
Yeah, and so that's gonna be where your pros and cons of why you want to play him at lower line compared to higher line.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Just one click of the special speed power at 75 on click 5, and he's great. All right, going to Captain America.
I can do this all day.
So I got to play this guy in our monthly championship for April. He was one of my last pieces that was on the map. I think he got targeted pretty hard, though. So in a different format, I think he has a lot of potential. He has the Minions of Doom team ability, Battle World Other, Warbound, Animal, Soldier, Warrior keywords. He has a trait, which is the Coliseum. At the beginning of the game, generate an arena marker 4 squares away from all map edges, then destroy all blocking terrain within 2 squares of the arena marker. Characters score 10 victory points when they KO a character within 2 squares of the arena marker. Characters not within 2 squares of an arena marker modify attack and damage -2 when attacking characters within 2 squares of the arena marker. Protected Pulse Wave. And then he's got a special speed power, which is I am Captain America of the Super Soldier Program. Face me. Charge, Flurry. Close is free, but only if Captain America is within 2 squares of the arena marker. And then he's got a special defense power, Devil Fights With Me. It's the stop click, Mastermind. When this click is first revealed, after resolutions, generate a Devil Dinosaur Bystander max 1. So you'll be able to generate them twice if he gets KO'd before you hit that second stop click. He is a giant with a 6 charge, 12 blades, 18 impervious, and 4 enhancements. I really don't understand the enhancement on this guy, though. Does anybody want to defend the enhancement on Devil Dinosaur?
No, I don't understand it. I guess I'm gonna have to reread that. I just got done reading it last week too. I'm gonna have to reread it and see if maybe there's a reason why they gave him enhancement.
But anything that awards extra victory points, you have to take a look at. This guy just kind of changes the whole way that the fight goes down on the map. You really have to kind of prepare to get near the arena, and if you build the team well, you can really make it tricky for your opponent to fight you. So it's definitely on my short list of pieces to build with. But that top dial,
Well, him and Spot make one of the most ridiculous kill boxes in the game.
Putting someone in the arena.
Yeah, and then that way Cap can charge Flurry, and then Flurry is, and then close is free, so he can get 3 attacks.
Oh, if you plan it right, you can costed Flurry and then free Flurry. So you're hitting 13 for 5 4 times.
Yes, yeah. And then on top of that, you're also going to have Spot hitting. If you have him on hypersonic speed, he'll be hitting 3 times as well.
Mm-hmm. They don't share a keyword though, right?
They do not.
No, okay. But yeah, I really like this guy a lot. He's very cool.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to playing him in the monthly. He's got Warbound. I just want to play all the Planet Hulk figures together. Even Sicarian Iron Man. Like, Sicarian Iron Man actually fits with it, too, because he's technically from Sakaar. So, yeah, that just be... You're talking Green Scar with this Captain America, Sicarian Iron Man, and then Silver Savage. Like that team just sounds like it's going to look amazing on a map.
This dude's meta. Like he just is 65 points is a good point value for a great close attacker.
So curious then, which equipment do you give him? The longsword or the Mjolnir?
Ooh, good question.
Because I like Mjolnir for the extra reach and like improved targeting Quake that he can do. So
it's hard because you're not using the longsword on his top click because he's already got the close combat expert doing 5 damage. Yep. You're not going to roll the blades probably. But
he can do Ares bomb.
He could do the Ares bomb then, but he gets blades later too, so there's always the potential that you get it later.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. I think Mjolnir, honestly, the Giant Reach 3 improved targeting characters, I think is huge.
And Quake, because you can just charge.
Yeah,
and then Quake with the Giant Reach improved like through characters with Precision Strike. So you're like, all right, you could just spread a whole team with that then.
And I really like him because he's anti-plant.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So you can just, if you're going against a plant team, you're just going to cluster in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if Ivy shares a 12 attack, she's going to be 10 attack.
And doing less damage.
Yeah. She's going to be dropping the trick arrows.
If
the damage.
If the people that are playing her are actually running trick arrows, but yes.
Well, most of the people I think are playing, because I was playing with her, I think Bookwood was, and I think
I just can't guarantee that everybody's going to play her the same way that you and Book would have.
So. No. Everyone at Adepticon, she's been playing that. I've seen her play with broadsword too, but yeah, that's still the damage doesn't matter. But getting that -2 attack is really important. Like that's a great protection because like they can't. It's in a marker. It's not a terrain marker, so you can really protect yourself there.
Yeah, I think you try to keep him in the arena, but even having him bust through walls with like the Crimson Gem, I don't know, maybe you put that on somebody else to clear away. It's honestly a pretty hard choice because you're not using that longsword in the beginning, but if you get knocked to click 2 or 3, you kind of want it. Or actually, really any other click, because you lose the close combat expert immediately.
Yeah, so. I guess Crimson Gem could work for most teams. I just like him if you're going unthemed. Playing him with Spot is to get that kill box.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the longsword, and you just don't need to use it until you use it, or till you get hit, and you lose the close combat expert.
That's fair. I like the Giant Reach, so if I do get hit off of my movement attack, I still have the potential to be able to hit them without having to like work some kind of TK magic or some kind of movement stuff in there.
I'd go Mjolnir also. I kind of agree with Dan on this, but I don't think there's a really terrible choice. I think this is a really great piece.
They're both
I think having something with Stop Mastermind too is just awesome. I have no idea why Devil Dinosaur has enhancement.
Yeah, that's so odd that he has enhancement. I'm like, wait, what? This feels like an Empower type of thing.
And not for nothing, that Devil Dinosaur you really don't want to see on the board either.
No.
So
he did work. He was actually out. He got knocked to the first stop click pretty quick, and then the second stop click that same turn, and then the Devil Dinosaur that I had, he was out for most of the game, I think, before he finally got taken out when we were playing.
Yeah, and that took a 200 point Super Sword to do that. So he's way better than what. And you healed him up pretty well, but he's way better performing than what I think he showed initially in the monthly. That was one of those pieces where I kept watching where he was. I'm thinking, Revan's going to do something completely ridiculous to this piece.
He had some good attacks, but yeah, he got targeted pretty hard. So I don't think it was the best example of what he can do. He's definitely going to thrive more in a regular setting. But yeah, going back, I was leaning towards Mjolnir, but after talking about it, I think Longsword. You guys, Dan and Pete both said Mjolnir.
Yeah, I said Mjolnir too.
Yeah, I said
Okay.
Because if you drop off that top click, you're going to have Exploit Quake. Giant Reach 3.
Yeah, I want to hit with 4 attacks.
I mean, he's still got great values. He never drops below an 11. So.
Yeah.
if you're in the Colosseum, doesn't it buff you too? I think, or something like
No,
that.
no, it just it.
It just makes you harder to hit. Okay, but that's still
Yeah.
that's great.
If they're not within 2 squares. So yeah, it's an anti-range team too. Because like even though he shares keywords with Mern, like they're technically it's going to be -2 to their attack when they're attacking through Mern, which is huge.
He really is like an
And it's
anti a lot of
-3,
pieces. So
No, he's great. He's a great 65 points. Like he's really well done. So
yeah, like I said, he's on my short list to build. I think Mjolnir and Longsword would be 2 different options depending on what is on my build, and kind of look at that as an option to change out later depending on how it plays.
Mm-hmm.
All right, going to Magneto.
X-Men, welcome to die.
So I really like the one in Deadpool Weapon X, that super rare, but he's a little high costed at 175. This one is either 100 or 60 points. He's got the Brotherhood TA, Acolytes, Brotherhood of Mutants, Hellfire Club, New Mutants, X-Men, Past Politician, and Ruler keywords. He has a trait which is EM Shielding, ESD, Mastermind. When Magneto hits, after resolutions, give each hit character that's equipped or holding a terrain marker an action token. And then a special attack power, Grand Displays of Mutant Power, TK. TK is free, but only to choose a character with the Brotherhood of Mutants keyword or a terrain marker. And then he has a special damage power, which is Magnetic Personality Leadership. When Magneto uses it and succeeds, this turn he can use Mind Control as free. So yeah, 100 or 60 points. He has improved targeting, destroys blocking, 6 range, and 2 bolts. And then at 100 points, he's going to get 9 clicks of health, starting with a running shot and 2 clicks of the special attack power. Then going to 18 invincible for 2 clicks, or 3 clicks, I should say, and then 2 clicks of that special damage power. And then the 60-point dial starts on click 4. Get 6 clicks, just a 6 running shot with an 11 special attack power, 18 invulnerability now, and then a 3 range combat expert. He doesn't pick up that special damage power until clicks 6 through 8. So yeah, only at only 100 points top dial, you can kind of play a lot more on the team. So I know he's going to see a lot of teams just for fun at our weekly events, but I don't think this guy hits competitive. Maybe if his leadership was traded. Or he didn't lose it at 60 points, but I don't think he has enough at either point value to justify the cost.
I think he actually will be played at 60, honestly.
Really?
See, I played him. He was neat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like the 60, I could kind of see it.
He TK's Prime Colossus for free.
Fair. And he also TKs himself for free for a 12 for 4. Yeah.
So... yeah, that right there is like.
The problem is that I feel like he could have used Psyblast. Like if they gave him Psyblast on that damage power, or the attack power, I think that
Universal weapon.
I mean, I understand that, but I don't think he needed that for his point cost. But like if he would have had Psyblast, I think that would have sold me, honestly. Then he's good to go.
The free TK is. So you can power action TK. Someone can carry him, and then you can free TK. And then, he can free TK up, and he's got ruler keywords, so you can get Chair Panther on the team if you want. So you're going to be able to get an alpha hit on ruler with Prime Colossus as well as Spot.
Well, and he can also Mind Control his free, too, if he's hit his leadership.
If he gets leadership, but that's 100 points.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not on the low line, but...
I think that would have been way too much of the low line. I think that he does enough at 60. Probably. Because, if you throw him, Colossus, and Spot, like, that's a great start to a team, like pretty much your team right there.
Yeah, I don't like that team.
No, I understand, but it's something you can do.
It is
but
something.
Yeah, so like that's and it can be nasty. And he also shares a keyword with Juggernaut, the 80-point Juggernaut. So now the Juggernaut gets free TK'd and he gets full map reach with his full movement charge.
Yeah, but that's 60 points just for a free TK. You can get a costed TK for 20 points with Predegaton.
Well, yeah, I know, but he also brings more to the team than just that, though.
What?
Like, he is a really good secondary attacker.
He's not.
He's a 12 for 4.
With
improved targeting, destroy blocking.
60 points.
So you can free TK, and then he can also run his shot and attack. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't
100,
know.
it was funny doing that with the Mind Control. when I would.
Yeah, because at 60, so if you have the team with Spot and Colossus, you can free TK Colossus so Colossus can do his thing with the motorcycle. You can then bring Spot to bring people over, and then since you didn't power action with him, you're gonna be able to hit people 12 for 4. And then if they're equipped or holding a train, they're now getting an action token.
I really like him for fun games, but I think he does not have enough. He's just a high-costed support piece that can kind of attack. But he's not doing penetrating damage. He doesn't have precision strike.
I gotta disagree with you. We'll see. Well,
we will.
Just saying. There's.
I was gonna say the sculpt is beautiful though. I will admit they pulled it right out of the game. It's amazing looking.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna play this guy a ton. He looks awesome. He's gonna do a lot of cool stuff, but I just don't think he's gonna hold his own in constructed as far as competitive goes. All right, let's go to Juggernaut.
I'm not a mutant, tin head. My powers are magical.
Juggernaut. He's got the Brotherhood of Mutants and X-Men TA. He's Brotherhood of Mutants, X-Men, Armor, Brute, Mystical, and Warrior. His name's Kane Marco. He's got 2 traits. He's got Unstoppable Juggernaut, Impervious, but seeds on a 4 through 6. Friendly characters within 4 squares have Safeguard Outwit, so he's Safeguard Outwit. He also has Limitless Power from Ciderock. If the Juggernaut would take penetrating damage, he takes 1 unavoidable instead. If Juggernaut can't heal, his combat values can't be modified by opposing characters of less points than himself. He's got improved movement, blocking, and characters. He has a special speed power on a bunch of different clicks. Its power move after resolutions make a close attack targeting all characters Juggernaut move through. Regardless of adjacency, instead of normal damage, hit characters are dealt 3 damage and are knocked back in the direction of your choice. He is 225 or 145. For 225, you get a 9 with that special speed power, 12 super strength, 20 willpower, and leadership. And then for 145, you get, it looks like 7 clicks. Yeah, 7 clicks with that special speed power, Quake, 18, and leadership. He is super cool. So I got to sit next to Ollie, who pulled him for 2 games and just watched the joy on that kid's face just running the Juggernaut all over the board on people. And I watched people like halfway through the games just like pull their teams off and run off and hide. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? Just gang up on him. Like, that's your best chance. I mean, if you kill him, you win. But, and Ollie, that was fun to watch. I think he's an awesome sculpt. I really have enjoyed all the new Juggernauts that are coming. I'm very excited about one of the legacies we'll get to, but I'm not sure this guy makes the law from Marco and Marco, but this dude's getting played on fun games around here. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah. He's straight fun. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, he's been talking about, Ollie's been talking about this piece for weeks and weeks. And so when he opened that booster and got Juggernaut, he was just absolutely stoked. It was very cool to see. So he was very happy. And I ended up having to face him in the end, and his dice went kind of cold, but he still got to walk away with a chase Juggernaut, so he had a really good night.
I had more fun watching him play sitting next to me than I had playing my games, because he was just having so much fun with the piece. And about halfway through the second game, all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute, you can't perplex me down. And so then the reality started to set in during that game of what the person had to deal with. So
because he also pulled Destroyer armor, so he was a 22 on the top there defense with giant willpower and giant reach. So yeah, he was pretty crazy.
Yeah, not being able to heal is the one thing that I think really hurts him. Like, if he was 250 and he could heal, I think there could be something there. It's just him not being able to heal is the one thing that's stopping him.
Yeah, because his main damage thing that he's doing, that 3 damage, again, with no precision strike, no penetrating damage, if you're just pinging people for 1 here and there, and then he gets tokened out, it just isn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 through 6 impervious is nice. That can, it's not really reduce pen, but like, you don't want to do penetrating to him because you're just going to take 1, and he takes 1 unavoidable.
Mm-hmm.
I do like him, but he's definitely the 3rd best Juggernaut in Modern out of the 3, I think. I mean, it's not even close. But he's definitely a fun piece. Like, yeah, you just put it on the table and just have fun.
Yeah, and he looks the best.
Yeah, he's definitely the best sculpt.
Dan, you want to go to Freya?
Yes. So we have 046 Freya, the All Mother. So she is 50 points. She has Cosmic Energy. She has Asgardian, Deity, Marksman, Mystical, Politician, top 32 of Worlds, yet again, and Ruler. She has 3 traits. Her first trait is Epics Engraved in Stone. At the beginning of the game, generate a storyline terrain marker that corresponds to Freya's starting click into any square on the map. So on click 1, you get Lost Gods. On click 5, you get Ragnarok. Um, and then on click 9, you get War of the Realms. Her second trait is The End is What We Make It. When Freya would be KO'd, you may instead turn her to a starting line she hasn't been on yet this game, and your opponent scores 15 victory points. If you do, after resolutions, Freya generates the storyline terrain marker that corresponds to that click she was turned to, and double slash. When a storyline marker is destroyed by an opposing character after resolutions, deal that character 1 unavoidable damage, protected pulse wave. And then her last trait is By Sadir, awaken this ancient power. Probability control, Freya may use it up to 3 times a turn, but only if she targets characters with the Asgardian keyword. And then other characters within range can't use prob. And she has a full range with 3 bolts. Her first 3 clicks are sidestep. The first click always has blades, and then the next 2 clicks on this have incap. And then she has 3 clicks of barrier. The first click is leadership, and then the last 2 are support. Her next 3 clicks are force blast, and then the back 2 attack powers are precision strike. She has super senses, and then either outwit or enhancement. And then the last 3 clicks are charge. The other 2 clicks are quake, and then invuln, and then either perplex or close combat expert.
And it is Freyja, because, or else it'd be Juggernaut. It'd be like, it's like how the French say hot dog and hamburger. If it was Freya, it'd be hot dog and hamburger. But we're not. It's Freyja. And that was for Bill. That hot dog.
I'm going to tolerate this. Consider yourself lucky.
This is Frasier Crane, probably from one of the greatest TV series ever, Frasier.
Frasier.
I'm just gonna sing the whole time. Frasier.
I mean, Cheers brought us Frasier. Frasier, you know.
Dan, are you gonna read the terrain stuff, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So, Lost Gods is immobile, and they can't be used in terrain actions. And then friendly characters within 4 squares modify attack +1. Ragnarok is immobile. The same thing, can't be used in terrain actions. And then friendly characters within 4 squares modify defense +1. And the last one, War of the Realms, is friendly characters within 4 squares have safeguard, opposing perplex, and opposing prob. So all amazing. And if you destroy them, you take an unavoidable if you're opposing. So.
Which one are you probably starting around?
Probably the attack +1. So lost. I would think Lost Gods. So click 1. Leadership, sidestep,
Starter is your
barrier.
leader.
Yeah. Or at least one of my leaders.
So Daniel, you're a resident Asgardian.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making a competitive Asgardian team? Because I think she does.
Oh, she totally does. I mean, not for nothing, she gets the trick arrows for free, or she gets the armor for free.
I think we're giving her the armor, right?
I kind of like the arrows, but we'll see. I don't know. It's a toss. It's like something I have to play test. I can't just like, yes, this is what's better for her. So
I love this piece. The sculpt is awesome. The utility of the piece, the amount of things that it does, the use of the terrain markers, and you're basically having to kill her 3 times, and every time you do, then there's a decision to be made of how she's affecting the game when she comes back. So I think she's amazing.
I'm playing her with the Beast from Deadpool Weapon X for my Kelsey Grammer team. For sure.
Kelsey Grammer team. Is there anyone else that would make that team?
No, currently no. I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, I love pieces like this where you're making those choices mid-game. So she's a piece that I think will be fun to build again with Asgardian or Mystical.
I mean, the coolest part is her whole thing tells a story because this is her through, like, her as a character, and that's to me is just awesome. Like whoever designed this, like kudos, like especially because this is the first time she's ever been made.
Another chance at sound effect clicks, and she could just tell stories.
Oh, dude, I would be so happy if she just started talking. That'd be amazing. She's great.
Who's got Captain Marvel?
I have Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
I gave you a warning. Hell, I gave you a warning punch.
She's cosmic energy. She's Alpha Flight. Make it happen, WizKids. Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kree, Shield, Cosmic, and Soldier. Her real name, as we all know, is Carol Danvers. She's got a trait, Meteor Barrage. At the beginning of your turn, if Captain Marvel is on her card, generate 2 meteor blocking terrain markers into any squares, then deal characters adjacent to 1 or more meteor markers when penetrating damage, then place Captain Marvel on the map in any square. She has the requisite higher, further, faster, hypersonic speed on certain clicks, speed, power, flight, and then when Captain Marvel uses it after resolution, she can use charge as free. So that's great. And then she has a stop click throughout her dial. Cosmic Jaunt, stop invincible. The first time this click is revealed after resolution, place Captain Marvel on the card. She's 3-point values, 175, 100, or 60. She has improved movement blocking and improved target hindering. She's 6 range, 1 bolt. At 175, you're getting an 11, 12, super strength, 19, invincible, and probability control. At 100, which I think is where you probably play her, you get hypersonic, 12 super strength, 18 invincible, and close combat expert, so 13 for 4. And then on her 60-point dial, you get that special hypersonic speed with the charges free, 12 super strength, 18 impervious, and 3 range combat expert. My only complaint, and I don't have a lot of complaints about the chases in this set, is that you do not get the stop click on the 60-point. So you don't get to do the cool meteor thing one time.
Yeah, if that was on her last
I think
click,
that's why
then you would at least have it 3 times at 175, twice at 100. I think that would make her a lot better. But it's hard to choose where to play her because you miss out on something if you don't play her at 175, and that's just so expensive.
It is, even with the universal weapon for free.
Mm-hmm.
But she is an awesome sculpt. This is actually one of my favorite comic characters. Carol Danvers had some rough runs on comics if you go really back really far, but lately she's gotten, over the last probably decade, a huge power upgrade and much better stories. So she's awesome.
I
found my third Kelsey Grammer. He's going to be the gnome to represent Prospector from Toy Story 2. So we have 110 points.
Okay. Back to Captain Marvel.
My recommendation is to not play her with the universal weapon unless you're playing her at 60, because as soon as you hit that stop click, you're losing it.
That's true.
Or
But
you
I
do
think
that so that you drop it for somebody else to pick up, and now you paid 0 points for a universal weapon.
That's also true. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe at 60, that's a lot for a TK piece, though. But I think she's just wildly fun. I don't know if she's competitive, but I think there's a lot to do with her.
That Meteor Barrage is honestly just awesome. That's why I wish you could at least do it once at her 60-point line.
I know that she's now on the table for Cosmic Month for Pete, so that's like, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, you're getting 2 turns of that Meteor Barrage.
At 175, though?
No, for 60 points.
No.
No,
you're not. You're getting the hypersonic
0
for 2 clicks.
It's a trade.
I know, but you have to. You only get to go on her card when she hits.
When she's on her card. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to wrap up the chases, though. Do you want to go to the Absorbing Man?
Yep. The release day OP is Absorbing Man.
People call me the Absorbing Man.
Because you have paper towel powers?
Because I can absorb anything.
Carl Crusher Creel. He actually looks like Kelsey Grammer without hair. But he's got Alpha Flight, Avengers, Hulkbusters, Thunderbolts, and Brute with Master Team ability. He has one trait. He's 75 points. His trait is Becoming My Surroundings. Yeah, definitely Kelsey Grammer. Free, choose an adjacent non-debris terrain marker and place it on this card. Removing any other terrain markers on this card from the game, Absorbing Man can use the effects corresponding to the types of terrain on his card. Blocking gives him Close Combat Expert and Quake. Elevated gives him Flurry and Giant Reach 2. Hindering, Stealth and Steel Energy. Water, Plasticity, and Shape Change. He has improved movement characters and Elevated. 0 range, 1 target. Starts with an 8, 12, 18, 4 with Charge, Super Strength, Invincible, and Empower. And then his last 3 clicks have Impervious and Poison. Mid, he's got 2 clicks of Impervious, 2 clicks of Invincible, or Invulnerability. Clicks 3, 4 is Exploit Weakness, and 5, 6 are Battle Fury. And there are currently 2 terrain in Modern that are multiples, so he can actually put the Mound from AV60 and then the Crushed Bug from Kong to get 2 of those, because the Mound would give him Blocking and Elevated, and the Crushed Bug would give him Hindering and Water. So, I mean, there could be something here. I think he's mainly going to be for fun, but especially compared to the swap.
I think he's really cool.
Do you want
to read the Wrecking Ball that you would probably put on him for free?
Oh yeah, and then the Wrecking Ball, which is a great song sang by both Ron Jeremy and Miley Cyrus. It's 5 points. It's a mobile and indestructible. Absorbing Man is the qualifying name. Effect is Giant Reach 2 and improved targeting blocking, but instead only during close attacks.
I love Carl Creel, Graham.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's awesome. He's super fun. 75 points is reasonable for everything he does, and interacting with terrain. So your opponent, when they're placing their terrain and they see this piece, they're just like, "Oh, cool. That's not gonna be great."
I was
very happy to get him thanks to Daniel's kindness. So I'm excited to play him.
I mean,
no, I like the 2 options that you have of getting multiple, because like it gives you 2 different play styles, because you can get the Close Combat Expert, Quake, Flurry, and Giant Reach 2. So the Wrecking Ball really isn't worth it. So you give him probably the Longsword. I guess the Longsword just gives him blades. So even then, it's yeah. And then the Hindering and Water from the Crush Bugs can give him Stealth, Steel Energy, Plasticity, and Shape Change. So
I like the Crush Bug. That was like, oh, I saw that and I'm like, yeah, I'd probably play that every time.
Yeah, I mean Stealth and Shape Change, Plasticity plus Steel Energy. So yeah, it's and you just leave that on him. And with that, you give him the Wrecking Ball. I think if you'd probably want to give him something else if he has the Blocking and Elevated, since he's getting the Giant Reach 2 already. I guess he does get the improved targeting, destroy blocking during close attacks, but
I really like that though. He's a 13 for 5 that can flurry with. He still has Giant Reach 2 from the Elevated, but he also gets to do the through the blocking.
Yeah.
This is a return to actually wanting to win, like launch day figures. So that's awesome.
There's been some neat ones lately.
Yeah, that Batman from Masters of Time. This one, I think the U.S. Agent honestly was completely underplayed. I still think there's untapped potential with that piece.
Yeah,
that piece is great.
He pops up in silver every now and then. He's worth it.
He played a lot.
I play him all the time.
Yeah.
I love him. The Bucky from way back in ABPI or Winter Soldier, I played him a bunch and he dies all the time on me. But Redmond's done some fantastic things with him.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Double range attack with him.
Yeah.
All right, going to the starter kit. The play at home kit. We have the 100 Red Hulk.
Don't you get it? You're old news. They don't want a psycho. They want a soldier.
He has the team player team ability, Avengers, Hulkbusters, Intelligentsia, Thunderbolts, Brute, and Soldier keywords. He has a trait, Radiation Rage, Poison, and Willpower. When Red Hulk uses Willpower and succeeds, after resolutions he may move up to 4 squares, and this turn he can use Poison regardless of having moved. And then he has another trait, which is Gamma Bomb. Power, generate a Gamma Bomb hindering terrain marker within 6 squares, max 1. This game, that marker has, at the end of your turn, roll a d6, 4 through 6, deal 3 damage to all characters within 3 squares of this marker, then knock them back away from this marker, then destroy this marker. So only 100 points, 8 clicks of health, starts with an 8 charge, 11 super strength, 18 impervious, and 4 leadership. So obviously you can like just TK this away, but can you pick up that gamma bomb with somebody and just run it at your teammates if you have super strength, and then still do what it says?
I mean, you should. I don't see why. Well, he's gonna have to be off the map.
Yeah, but things still function
So you're not
when you're holding them. This game, that marker has, just like what the barrel does, or the herb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it should.
No, yeah,
work,
it should be able
right?
to. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I actually like him with the destroyer armor, giving him giant size. So you're able to move him up 4 squares, and then you can take the power to generate the gamma bomb. So he'll be on square 5, and you generate it within 6 squares. So to square 11.
Yeah.
So you almost get full map with that.
Yeah, it's 115 points, but you're making him a 20 defense then?
Yeah, you're making him a 20 defense. Yeah, and then yeah.
That's kind of neat.
I mean, yeah, you're just making him just to go explode.
But you're generating that far enough away, you can make other people move out of their little holes if that's where the game is headed again shortly.
Yeah, no, and yeah, you don't even need. So the thing I really like about that too is that, like, if barrier becomes a thing, you 100% do that. Like, okay, you want a barrier? Guess what? Now I got a 4 through 6. Yeah, and then right now too, you can also use Kevin to re-roll that to make sure you get that 4 through 6. Because you're just gonna bomb their team. Because a lot of the teams like Spot, for instance, you're going against Spot. There's no reducers there. He takes 3 damage. He's not good. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then you knock them back. So yeah, if they're in their starting area, I mean that's. Yeah, I think there could be something with that gamma bomb. Dealing 3 damage and then knockback 4 damage is
And depending on how
really
it plays
good.
out, you can still get that willpower on that 3 through 6 if you do give him the destroyer armor, and you can still poison as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I think that there is something there with him, honestly. And he is a pretty beefy guy. I mean, at 100 points too, with his stats and everything.
And if you're already playing him at 100, I think it's worth doing the 115 for the armor and just go all in on the gimmick.
Yeah, and the reason why is because, like, instead of hitting one person really hard, okay, I'm gonna deal 3 damage, and like you just do that, and it's at the end of your turn, so like they can't move away from it or nothing.
Right. Yeah, I think that's really cool. All right, let's go to the other piece in the starter kit, or the play at home kit.
Los Diablos MP. He's PD team ability, Hulkbuster's police soldier. Real name Various, but I think it's probably Chad. He's 30 points. He has a stop click twice. Fortify this facility. Stop, but only if the attacking character has a damage value of 4 or greater toughness. So that's a little subjective. Then he's got a special damage powers whole dial. All units empower leadership when Los Diablos MP uses leadership and succeeds. After resolutions, generate a 004 Los Diablos soldier. Click 1 adjacent to a friendly character, the Hulkbuster's keyword. He's 4 range single target. He's a boot guy. He's 30 points. Not sure if I said that. He's sidestep, precision strike, so 5, 10, 17, 2. And then his last click is plasticity, 9, 16, 2.
So that special defense power stop is very interesting because if somebody has like the +1 longsword and like they're gonna want it, or the trick arrows, if they have a damage value of 4, like that's just, it's not they're doing that much damage. So someone could just be hitting you from range and just wanting to, dual target. They don't have to deal him that 4 damage. So I think that there's some applications for that could come in handy.
30-point leadership that generates another character is pretty good too.
Yeah, even without those stop clicks, but I think that stop click will actually happen more than people think.
Is he one of the prime kingpin people?
I mean, there is a world he's going to be an 11 for 3 with leadership and empower with precision strike. I mean,
and sidestep.
And then he's going to be making more soldiers. Yeah. And then he's making more soldiers to take advantage of that. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a possibility.
All right, going to the legacy cards. So first one is the leader.
Na 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 leader. Na 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 leader.
Na 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 leader. Na 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 leader. Leader. Leader.
Batman! I mean, leader! I love the leader!
This is from, what is this? The Mighty Thor, right? Yeah. So this is 13A leader, Intelligentsia, Cosmic Monster, Scientist keywords. He's got a trait which is Green Door Manipulation. Opposing effects that trigger when an opposing character would be KO'd don't trigger. Effects that trigger when a character is KO'd still trigger. And then a special damage power, Enhanced Intuition and Pattern Solving, Probability Control. When leader uses it to target an opposing character, after resolutions, give the targeted character an action token. 35 points for 5 clicks. He starts with a 7 sidestep, 10 no attack power, 17 super senses, and then a 2 with that special damage power for the first 2 and his last click with a 5 range. So I wish this guy came out, I don't know, 2 years ago when we were seeing a lot more of the effects that let people come back. I'm not sure how many people are really leaning into that right now, besides Death Metal Wonder Woman.
Well, there's actually quite a few if you look at it. You're gonna have the Prime Panther. So the Prime Panther just completely.
Oh, that's the other big one. Yeah.
You have your pilot. You have your pilots, so you don't
your pilots.
Pilot.
Yeah.
No, that would still trigger, right? Because it's when they are KO'd. It says effects that trigger when a character is KO'd still trigger. So this.
Okay, so and then would be KO'd. There's a few other ones too.
Black
Panther
Panther
Prime Harpy.
Yes, it would definitely
Yeah.
do her too.
She
She would just die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Silver now the Sky Tyrant is, or even like Monster Month for the monthlies. Someone gonna be bringing Sky Tyrant, and I ain't getting those tokens. You know, that means that leader's gonna have to be number one. Like, you know,
I didn't even think about that.
target
Yeah,
number one.
leader just shuts down
So-
Sky Tyrant.
Yeah,
Butterfly swap.
which is nice
right
because like
now.
if leaders all the way across the map, and like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and if you're gonna try and kill people now, Sky Tyrant's just a sitting duck for everybody because everyone knows how big of a threat Sky Tyrant is, and so even if he KOs something, they don't care because now they know that he's dead with one hit.
Mm-hmm. I do really like him as a butterfly column, like Pete mentioned. Also,
Yeah. So he works really well with what's his name? Collector. Even as a butterfly swap. Because if you're going against one of those Prime Panther teams or a Death Metal Wonder Woman team,
yeah.
guess what you're collecting?
And even that prob, just like giving someone an action token because you prob them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's awesome at 35. I think this guy has definite potential to be on some teams here.
Yeah. I think it's about time we have something that answers those because, Oh, also
Absolutely.
Darkseid.
Oh yeah, Darkseid.
Oh yeah, that's another big one.
Yeah. So, and Silver, when Silver becomes a thing, like now you're not too worried about it. You're like, yeah, now I'll kill Darkseid. I don't care because he's not getting turned. Which could be fun.
Yeah, I think this guy's obviously even better in Silver because you see a lot more of those gimmicks. Not that I don't think too many people are playing it, but Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
That Ultra Chase that comes in when you would be KO'd, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of figures in Silver that have that. And even now, like that 30-point Scarlet Witch. If you play her at 70, she's just 30 points now because you don't get that back after dial.
Right. Yeah. So I think there's plenty of reasons to play this guy right out of the gate right now. But as the meta shifts,
So-
I think you look at them.
So there's a lot of would-be KO just right now. So you have Chase Craven, you have the regular rare Spider-Man, you have the Prime Doc Ock, you have Spider Biodroid, you have the Chase Scarlet Witch, you have Thor, he just dies, Panther, let's see, I mean, I know Protegaton just dies, we talked about Darkseid. Let's see, like any of the deceased people or any zombies, they don't go to their deceased clicks, they just die. The She-Hulk I know is popular. So from next phase, she just dies the chase that's coming out of the TV. Let's see. Brother Voodoo, the Prime, if he has any of his Twisted Wish tokens, he just dies.
The majority of what you're listing is all like potential fringe pieces.
No, I know. I'm not saying that they're like super popular, but they have been on winning teams.
Yeah, there's a lot of options there. I think yeah, I like them.
The only two main ones are Prime Panther because that is a play style.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a archetype. And then Death Metal Wonder Woman.
Well, Death Metal comes out during competitive season, so she's going to come back hard for Worlds because she's going to go away afterwards. Maybe. Maybe she's on permanent scholarship.
Yeah.
Honestly,
she would be KO'd.
We're not even focusing on that prob though. Like somebody comes in and they take a token for their costed action, and then you just prob them, and now they're tokened out right in front of you.
No, this is going to make Battle Fury that much more important, so that way he doesn't do it. He can't.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could still prob, but you just wouldn't give him the token.
But no, this is why Battle Fury is becoming more and more important. But yeah, it's not easy to give Battle Fury. There's Zenzi.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But yeah, that's
about it. Yeah.
All right.
No, he's great.
Want to take us to the next one?
Yeah. So next we have the 018 Spider-Man. This is Miles from SVAC. So he is 50 points now. I can't remember what his old point value was. I feel like it was 75 or 60. I think it was 65. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it was 65 too.
So he is Spider-Man family and Ultimates team ability. They did change Ultimates, so it's now probability control. When this character uses it, immediately give a friendly character an action token. If you can't, this use of prob has no effect. So he has Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man family, and Ultimates. He has a trait, a special speed, and a special attack power. His trait is I Made It Rain, Sidestep, Power, once per game. All opposing characters within range and line of fire drop any held objects and unequip any equipped equipment. And then his speed power, which is on clicks 1 through 3 and 6, is Leap, Climb, Stealth. And then his attack power, which is also on the same clicks, is Precision Strike. And then he has Safeguard, or it's double slashes and then Safeguard opposing prob. So you're getting the 3 clicks of the special speed attack and then super senses, and then 2 clicks of outwit, and then you shift to charge, super strength, reflexes, and then the last 2 clicks have shape change. And that last click you get the speed and attack power back. He's okay. I like him because of what he is. But that being a power action and him not having like any really good move and attack besides sidestep for what he does is not great. But it's fine. Like he's just a fun piece.
He's for me like tied for the worst legacy that we have in this. And so yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah, I see what they're trying to go for, but like that's not even 50 points. It's just it's gonna be tough.
If they would have given him charge on that speed power, I'd be like, cool, done.
I mean, I guess we can give him a motorcycle.
No, but like that's not what I mean. I want him to stand on his own. I don't like the.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, there's just. I think that it's just missing something. I think if that power was a free, I think that'd be way too powerful.
Oh yeah, if it was a free, it'd be way too good.
Yeah, but
especially because he can get Mjolnir, and then you just unequip everything. You're like, all right, everybody drop stuff.
Yeah, I think he was close to being there. I mean, he's an okay representation of Miles, and and I'm an expert on Miles, so I feel like I can talk about that.
So unfortunately for me, this guy is going to get compared to the Black Panther one because that Black Panther one is just too good.
Oh yeah, he's amazing, literally. Just
and he's 10 points less, 40.
I think he's 40
point line.
Yeah, he's 40. Yeah, and he does a lot of other neat stuff that this one doesn't do. So.
So, is there any utility to get his TAs on a team with a bunch of team players? Because Ultimates is copyable, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but not for 50. Not because it's cheaper right now. That like in modern right now, we have 25 points for the same team ability from Notorious.
Yeah, you
So,
do. Because you get what is that? I don't know what
CSA, Crime
yeah,
Syndicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a world where you pay 50 points, but that just feels bad. You're bringing him in just to get that team ability.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. I was just excited that they made him again because I played this uncommon the first time around a lot, and he just doesn't live up to like what the old one was. Unfortunately, like he's neat, but he's like for me, it's not the same. So this is a bit of dud as far as like bringing a character forward for me. So
Yeah,
I mean, I will give kudos to the power names.
yeah, yeah,
Like
they're dope, but
dice allergy, tragic. You know.
Yeah, it's just not mobile enough, and it's going to be situational depending on how many people within range you can get, and then do that power action. So
next we have Hercules.
Oh, yeah! Bless my soul. Herc was on a roll.
This is 026. He is from Incredible Hulk. So he is the uncommon. He has a trait, an attack power, and a damage power. He's 50 points. He's got team player. He is Avengers, Champions, Damage Control, Defenders, God Squad, Celebrity, and Deity. His trait is Damage Control, Community Service of the Gods. Power, generate an equipment from your KO area. Hercules or an adjacent friendly character may equip it. That's pretty dope. His attack power, which is on clicks 2 through 6, is Bless My Soul. Herc was on a roll. Super Strength. When Hercules is given a close terrain action and hits, the held terrain marker isn't destroyed after resolutions. Hercules is still holding it. That's just cool just for that. Whoever titled it that. I love that.
That's also great because now you can have him hold the barrel and he can just attack with the barrel every turn.
Yeah, I actually really like that. Except he's just gonna die. Yeah. So, and then his last 3 clicks, he gets his special damage power, which is Close Combat Expert and Prob. That is Hera's Blessing and Curse. So for 50 points, you get the Charge, Super Strength, Invuln, and 4 damage. So 10, 11, 17, 4. And then you go to Plasticity, the attack power, Impervious, and Close Combat Expert. Then 2 more clicks of Charge with the attack power, Invuln, and then either Close Combat Expert or the damage power. And the last 2 clicks are Flurry, no attack power, or Toughness, and the damage power. Unfortunately, he's just gonna get shredded between the stats. Like if he had, hey, I reduce pen damage.
So what you're saying? So if he could reduce pen damage, do you think he would go from a 0 to a hero?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Interesting.
But that's literally it. If he had that, if he had a way to be like a little just survivability, he'd be fine. Like because outwit, that's okay. He doesn't need outwit protection. Like I'm okay with him for 50 points. He just needs a little bit of durability. But otherwise, he's just gonna get smacked around, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he was able to reduce pen, he'd be straight Huncules for me, honestly.
I mean, I'm gonna play him. This is fun, but like he's definitely not in the modern team.
I would deal him 1 damage specifically so I could have him carry around the barrel and just quote Tom Green all day. Barrel roll, barrel roll.
What's not bad is giving him the Vibranium too, because even if you roll the 1 or 2 after you hit, it wouldn't get destroyed. That's not bad.
Yeah, so you can keep making Vibranium. Yeah, I thought about that too. That was
Vibranium can't be used in a close terrain action.
Oh, can it not? Oh.
Since when?
No, it says that when Vibranium would be destroyed by another effect if it's on the map.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But isn't it considered to be on the map when you're holding it?
No, it's not considered to be on the map. You're just able to use the effect while carrying it.
I think people have been hitting people with it in a lot of games.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't be, because it's not on the map.
Yeah, it should be toast after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think his dial's weird.
It is.
I mean, it's 50 points if you really like the character, sure. I know Dan was excited. I would never play this personally. But because his values are so low, he's just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's why, like, he's just cool for 50 points. He's not like good. He's just like, oh, this is neat, and I would like to try this at least once.
You know what is good for 50 points? The next guy.
Hold on.
No, you play him at full. But I think it's actually really cool how they have him underneath Hercules, because Hercules was the original Maestro for Maestro. So that's who Hulk beat to become Maestro. We have Maestro, 70 or 50 points, with Battle World Other, Brute, Future, Monster, Ruler. He has a trait, Isospheres. When Maestro KOs an opposing character after resolutions, you heal him 2 clicks. And until the end of your next turn, he can use Cosmic Energy. Traversing Battle World is a special speed power, which is on clicks 1 through 4. Click 1 of his 50-point line since it starts on click 4. Phasing Teleport, when Maestro uses it after resolutions, he may make a close attack. And then his special attack power is on his last 3 clicks. I will do this myself. Maestro deals penetrating damage. When Maestro attacks one or more characters that were damaged this turn, modify his attack and damage +1. I like him. I really do. It's good that we finally get another Maestro. This is to Hulk what the Dark Knight, right? Was to Batman. The Dark Knight Returns. Like, I know people are gonna seem blasphemy, but Future Imperfect is definitely the Hulk's The Dark Knight Returns. So it's always great to see Old Man Hulk.
So where did you rate this guy as far as potential?
I have him with someone that gets around the freeze, and he has a phasing with 12 movement at 70. And you can give him the longsword.
Yeah.
I think post rotation is going to see more play because currently the barrel just shuts down phasing. But I can see him probably being on a scale of 1 to 10. Right now, about a 5 or a 6. I think he's right on the fringe. Mm-hmm. And I think post rotation, you can potentially look at him maybe a 6, 7.
Okay.
Just because he is a legacy figure, and he's not doing something that other people can't do. But even though he does it really well, like, he's not like a Chair Panther that can just completely change, like, how your opponent plays. So he's just one of those fringe legacy pieces that I think is going to be a great attacker and just fun to play competitively and casually.
Yeah, like you said, when Barrel leaves, being able to phase for 12 and attack 12 for 5, that's pretty significant.
And you're carrying an object, so, like, you can then use that the next go round if you want to, because he has super strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. Like, I mean, I think he's A tier for sure. Like, just his mobility. Pete, he's good at 50, but I still think he gets shredded though. Like, that's just impervious. So
yeah, my main problem is that he has the monster keyword with Mern.
I mean,
I think that I know Mern hasn't been getting played a lot, but like with this new Phoenix Pog and everything, and at Worlds last year you saw it. Mern Phoenix Sentinel was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so
he can also just kill Mern in one hit too. Like, he has 5+ knockback. Mern hits the wall, he's dead.
Yeah, but you gotta roll above average for your attack. If you have the longsword, you're gonna need an 8.
It's a 12 on a 19.
Actually, you're gonna need a 9. You're gonna need a 9 if you're gonna kill him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's tough.
No, I know.
Right.
I get that.
I think
that's my thought. Is like, he can also just murder Mern too.
Yeah, but depending on rolling a 9 is just no.
I feel like you can set it up so you don't have to, but
I think he's phenomenal at 50. I think he's absolutely 100% playable at 70. This is a great point cost for a great figure, like Miles mentioned. One of the most amazing Hulk stories of all time. If you haven't read Future Imperfect, go do so. He is awesome. This is a good legacy.
Also great.
He's definitely an A. And when Battle Worlds came out, we played the Maestros hit the table all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see him back.
I do.
And his discount is huge. His discount's 105 points.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it could get Like I thought that was like I'm like holy crap! I don't see any figure like getting that bigger of a discount until we have another figure coming up that got a discount that is just unbelievable.
So my question is, would you have wanted a little bit of his other Battle World stuff? Because most of the other Battle World figures that they brought back have had like at least leadership. Would you have wanted that to be back on here, or are we fine with what he is? I guess I think he's.
I'm fine with what he is because I never look at Maestro as a leader.
Okay, I was just curious because I liked the leadership. I mean, it was great just to have it.
Yeah.
So I mean, but no, I understand. I was just curious. So
yeah,
and I was also comparing it to the other ones that they brought back.
Battle World was a really cool set and just a lot of overcosted pieces. I'd really like to see a lot more pieces from Battle World get legacies.
Same.
If they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I own a majority of that set because I love all this. I read all those stories, so.
Like Gauntlet Panther. Just saying.
The is it a 6-arm Hulk or 4-arm Hulk? I'd like to see him cheaper.
6.
6.
He was good too.
It is 6. He's the arachnid Hulk.
Yeah. There's a long list of people
Also,
I'd like to see.
His attack power needs to be just flurry, but make 3 attacks, not the I roll a 6 and then I get to make more attacks.
Yeah. All right, Pete. Another Juggernaut.
Oh man, Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
He's got the Brotherhood of Mutants TA. He's Brotherhood of Mutants, Damage Control, Excalibur, Exiles, Thunderbolt, X-Men, Mystical. He's Kane Marco, the famous Marco and Marco law firm. Damage Control. Don't stop the Juggernaut. Power, destroy all blocking terrain markers within 3 squares of the Juggernaut. He's got another trait, get out of my way. Super strength, power, move, then make a close attack targeting all adjacent characters and all opposing characters. Juggernaut move through this action regardless of adjacency. He has improved movement through blocking and characters. And he's got one more trait, because he needed it. I'm no mutant, my powers are magic, willpower, safeguard, mind control, and outwit. When an opposing character deals Juggernaut penetrating damage, after resolutions deal that character 1 unavoidable damage. He's 80 points, he's 7 clicks, sidestep 7, 11, 18 impervious, and 4. And his numbers do drop off pretty good. So I think this piece is phenomenal. I love everything. I love this version. I love the little helmet that pops off of him. I'm so happy to see him back. And I'm glad they didn't go back to the helmet thing, like where, it's on, it's off, whatever. There's so much to like about this piece.
The damage output is just, the potential there is crazy. Giving him like Cathan and then close combat expert. And then if you can end next to an Empower, you're looking at a 13 for 7 against every single person that he moved through. That's
well, you have
crazy.
Kevin that gives him Empower from 8 away.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's not a bad thing to be able to reroll his attack. So
I wish he had the brute keyword. That's
I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't give him that, was because of that.
Oh man.
Yeah, Brute in this set, Brute has like over the top. If he had Brute, like we'd be able to get him and Lenny on the team. And then Lenny.
Yeah, because of the free destroy blocking within 3 squares, like that's amazing for free.
Yeah, so after you do your attacking, you're like, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and just do this free and destroy all your barriers. And like that could be something post rotation that we're looking at. Is if even if you want to go non-theme, like once barrier, because there's this copycat barrier build, you get that and you're like, sorry, that's all that blocking that you just spent all 4 actions making. Yeah, it's done. And now I'm gonna come through with my other attackers.
So you definitely want to shoot him with Pensai, but you still don't want to shoot him with Pensai?
I mean, it's just mystics basically. So, like, if it was me, I'm gonna just hit him as hard as I can once to get him to invuln, and then I'll chip him the rest of the way.
Is that when your team is taking 7 damage each, or?
No, I definitely hit him first. I'm not gonna just let him waltz through my whole team.
I didn't even think about that. I should just always hit my opponent first.
Yeah, that's easier said than done. Like
I'm not saying it's easy, but when you're dealing with this guy, I feel like that's what you have to do. Either you find a way to slow him down, or you figure out how to.
Yeah, that was the same. That was the same thing with the super rare Juggernaut, and he's still just destroyed. He's going to. This is the piece that I think is the reason why I don't think Maestro is going to see as much play is because of this piece. I think this piece is Maestro, but better.
There's a stupid amount of potential here.
Because being able to attack multiple figures for up to 7 damage is insane.
Oh, that's a game changer. It's a game ender. So yeah, he's gonna
And then
see
when
play.
when you have the other half of the Marco, like who you gonna attack?
Yeah, that's you got to deal with the law firm. They're tough. They're litigators par excellent.
All right, going to Wonder Man. This guy is so old. He looks like one of those things you'd get out of a 25-cent gumball machine. He's got the Avengers team ability, Avengers Masters of Evil, Avengers and Celebrity keywords.
He's actually not that old, to be honest, because he's Age of Ultron, so he's not technically that old.
He looks
the next figure is way older. The next figure is almost 20 years old.
Well, I'll get through this quick because I hate this guy, even though he's pretty good. I'm a big star as his first trait. He's got flight. If Wonder Man is 25 points, he is KO'd when his dial clicks past the red KO line. Protected Pulse Wave. He's got another trait. I'm a pacifist. Unless Wonder Man is the only character on your force when he would KO an opposing character with an attack. Instead, turn them to their non-last KO click and heal Wonder Man 2 clicks. And then a stop click defense power. Time for a ceasefire. Stop, but only the first time this click is revealed. Invulnerability. Let's see, 50 and 25 points. At 50, he has 7 clicks. He starts with a 10 charge, 10 super strength, 17 invulnerability, and a 4 damage. And at 25 points, how does this stupid thing work? If Wonder Woman has 25 points, he's KO'd when clicks past the red KO line. So I'm not seeing the red one. 1 through 4 for 25 points? Okay. So 25 points. Yeah, he's a 10 charge, 10 super strength, 17 invulnerability. I don't want to see this guy on my team ever. Do you guys have anything you want to say about him?
I like him at 50. Those 3 stop clicks is great. And if your opponent is playing leader, you're going to bring out Wonder Man because they will not heal. They'll die.
I mean, he's really efficient for his point values. I mean, his stats are not great, but he offers a lot of good
a horrible sculpt. Like, not just because it's old, but like I hate that costume for Wonder Man.
He just looks terrible. Does he glow in the dark? Because it looks like he glows in the dark.
He does not glow in the dark.
We can break a glow stick and make him glow in the dark. D-Clix exclusive. Wonder Man glow in the dark.
All right, let's go to Green Scar because I'm done with this guy.
Yeah, so this guy, I love this guy. It's a Green Scar. He is 75 points. He has no team ability. He has Warbound, Brute, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. He's got a trait, the Gladiator Pits, free. Make an attack, but only to target an opposing character that Green Scar missed this turn, or that damaged Green Scar since your last turn. He has special speed power on clicks 1 through 4. He's 10 clicks deep, and it's smashing through Sakaar. Leap climb, //. When Green Scar moves 5 squares or less, after resolutions, he may make an attack, //. Green Scar modifies attack and damage +1 for each piece of blocking terrain he destroyed this turn. And he has improved movement, destroy blocking. He has special defense power, Champion of Sakaar on clicks 4 through 7, which is combat reflexes and impervious. Green Scar can reduce penetrating damage, protected outwit, and pulse wave. He starts out at a 7, 10, 18, 5. Super strength, invulnerability, and leadership, followed by a few clicks of exploit weakness. Clicks 3, 4 is he alternates from super strength to quake. Quick 6, 3 and 4 is quake. He has flurry 5, 6, and his last 4 is plasticity. 7, 8 is blades, and then his last 3 clicks of defense is invulnerability with some regen, and he has some exploit weakness at the end. His damage value does not go below 3. That attack power or attack of 10 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're able to modify his attack and damage +1 for each piece, it's very easy to get to 13 to 5 or 13 for 8. We give him a hell cycle, and now he can potentially hit 3 times 13 for 8. 4 if you missed one, or if you hit a mystics. So, no, there's tons of potential here. I think he's honestly going to be seeing the most play, and I think that his play will go down because I don't think he's much better on paper than in practice. I still think he's great, but there's so much setup you need to get Green Scar to work. I honestly think Juggernaut is the most efficient legacy that we have that's going to actually see more play. I will try him out. Getting 13 for 8 is just sounds insane, but the setup you need is going to be ridiculous because you want to be able to get as many attacks as you can, and so you're going to have to move 5 squares or less each time to do it, and that's easier said than done in game.
So usually, like we just talked about the Wonder Man, even though he was a little bit newer, I'm not a big fan of these really old sculpts. But kind of like the Legacy Green Lantern that we got from, I don't even know what set that's from because it's so old.
Legacy.
Like this guy has enough detail, and he's still kind of ugly, but since it's the Hulk, it kind of still works. The amount of detail that's on this guy, though, he just really looks awesome. So I did not pick one up yet, but I definitely want one. I think I still need the Legacy card for him too. But I'll seek him out.
He was a rare, right, at the time, which was basically the equivalent to a chase when he released. Or am I wrong?
He was a super rare.
That's what I'm. Sorry.
So yeah, yeah. I do have. So Bookwood said he wanted my Green Scar. Bookwood has yet to reach out and say, "Hey, how much you want for Green Scar? Or what do you want for Green Scar?" So technically, even though it's being sent to Pete, there is a Green Scar available.
Well, that's good news.
I was just thinking, if you gave Bookwood this, we're going to see this damn piece so many times.
No, I said, hey, I got
high potential for misplay though.
And he's like, sweet. And then he didn't say, hey, what do you want for it? Trade wise or anything. So I'm like, oh, I guess he doesn't really want Green Scar. I guess that's
he probably found something easier to pilot.
That's what I think too. Wonder Man. I'm thinking Wonder Man.
Thanks to the mayor. I have one coming.
Yeah.
And I have a legacy card. So I'll be mispiloting this one soon too.
It's very true. Possibly worse than Bookwood.
Oh, now you're just being mean.
No, you'll ask questions before you mispilot some of it. Bookwood's gonna alpha and miss play.
Yeah, so technically Pete has 2 Green Scars right now. So yeah, even though I let Bookwood, hey, I got a Green Scar for you, it's technically hasn't been grabbed.
Slide into those DMs, Redmond.
It sounds like I'll have to. All right, let's go to Druid.
Druid, Mystics, Shield team ability, Avengers Sealed, Secret Warriors Mystical. I don't even know what set this dude's from. You gave him to me because he looks like he's got a dad bod, though. I can tell.
Nick Fury, Agents of Shield. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's Sebastian Druid. I might actually have him actually. Pickleball, please.
Paint a mustache on him. Like that's almost like perfect sculpt for me as a click for sure.
For each choose an adjacent friendly character this turn, that character can use Pensai and improve targeting blocking. He's got a special damage power, wrong pocket. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. Druid can use the resulting effect until your next turn. 1 wand, free, deal 2 penetrating damage to an opposing character within range, line, or fire. 2 dagger, blade, claws, fangs, modify his attack +3. Oh, that's good. 3 bloodstone, shotgun, energy explosion. Opposing characters can't heal. 4 shield druid and adjacent friendly characters can use invuln. 5 spectacles, support is free. And 6 stash Leusa. 3 opposing characters drop any held friendly objects and unequip any friendly equipment. Druid may immediately pick up an object dropped or unequipped this way. He's 2-point values. He's 7 range, single bolt. He's 50 or 30. At 50, you get phasing for 9. You get a 9 attack, Pensai, 16 ESD, and that special damage power. And then on his 30-point line, you start with stealth. You get that special attack power. The Pinkabo thing, you get barrier, and you get perplex. This is another weird dial.
It's old school. Like this was how they were. It was a bit odd.
So for 30
I don't
points,
like his numbers at all.
30 points, though, you're getting the shield TA, the ability to give somebody Pensai and improve targeting through blocking, and then barrier and perplex.
It is destroys blocking, just so we make it clear.
But I mean, that
seems...
seems...
but it's trading Psychic Blast right there. It'd be crazy if, someone played Druid with that Magneto to give him penetrating psychic blast.
Yeah. What theme are you playing it on?
Do that for that 10
well, you can just do ruler and have him as a butterfly swap if you really want.
Really going downhill on this build real quick.
Just saying. I'm just,
Maybe there's a
I think the
Kelsey
damage
Grammer
here,
character that Druid looks like.
I think the damage power is more interesting, but you can't count on it. So whatever the least useful one that turn would be the one I would roll. But
I'm
he's
definitely
interesting.
changing my son's last name to Druid, though, because, his name is Sebastian, so that's 100% going to be my son. I'm going to start overfeeding him now.
There's a lot to unpack there. Changing your son's last name to Druid and overfeeding him.
Yeah,
but that's why they named you Sebastian Druid, not Sebastian Kane, That's right.
All right, next we have Red King. He's also from Incredible Hulk. He has 2 traits and a special damage power. He is 80 points for 10 clicks. He is giant. He has armor and ruler keywords. His first trait is Kill You Myself in the Great Arena. Leadership. If Red King is adjacent to exactly one opposing character, modify his combat values +2. His other trait is Exosuit, Sidestep, Giant Reach 3. And then his special damage power, which appears on clicks 2 through 5, is Exploit, Weakness, and Outwit. If this guy had something like Wong, where if he was adjacent to one opposing character, no one else can go adjacent. That I felt like
that'd be the only thing, because he's giant, so he can't be equipped.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah,
But you're just gonna base him with 2 people, and then he's he's a 19 top dial, but he sinks fast because he's old. So it's like.
No, and this is the figure that I was alluding to with Spider-Man that tied for the worst.
I think he's still worse than Spidey. Spidey's not great, but this is definitely worse.
This was way worse than Spider-Man. At least Spider-Man at 50 points, you can throw him in a Spider-Man family or something. This guy's not. This is not.
I didn't realize. I totally forgot that he was giant. Yeah,
I'm not sure what you're doing with him. Even your whole goal is to, yeah, like Dan said, if you had the ability to shut off other people targeting you or something, but his whole gimmick is running up 80 points and throwing them at your opponent. I guess.
Well, at least if it was one where he was next to exactly one opposing character, then you can't no one else can go adjacent to them, so then he always has the +2.
Or target, that would be a lot. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
It still makes sense with the arena too, where it's just a one-on-one thing.
Exactly. That's all. That's what I was thinking. But that's what I mean. It's so easy to get around that trait that it's he's hardly.
And I wonder if that was the original intention, because I could definitely see him like that.
Yeah, because that's not super broken. I mean, he's a 21, but he's 80 points. He's a giant, and
you just do it with Donnie Blaze, and now you have the opposing demon that Red King's next to until.
And you can you can still target him before you run up to him, and then all you have to do is run up to him, and all of a sudden, he's he doesn't have +2 on his combat values anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
The miss is the exactly one opposing character if it was just adjacent to an opposing character. And if you were multiples up close, at least you're rolling on a 21 top dial.
Yeah, I want it to be the just like Wong and Spider Hammer.
That was the 1v1, yeah.
All right. Bookwood, get this piece. Redman will explain to you how to pilot it.
I have him for you. I'll send him to Pete. This is what you're getting instead of Green Scar, since you think you're getting it for free.
All right. Next we have Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk.
So he has the Cosmic Energy and Mystics team abilities. He is Symbiote, Thunderbolts, Animal, Brute, Monster, Mystical, and Soldier. He has a trait, Pilot, Circle of 4. When revealing your force, you may choose up to 4 single-base characters on your sideline that share a keyword with Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk, and turn them each to any click. At the beginning of your turn, choose attack or damage. Spirit of Vengeance, Red Hulk can use the standard powers of that type displayed on the chosen character's dials on your sideline until you choose again. He has a special attack power, which is We Am Destroy, poison. When Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk uses it, if he hit this turn, he still deals damage if he was moved or placed this turn. And then a special damage power, which is a stop click. We desire one thing, Vengeance. Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk can't heal. When this click is revealed, Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk may generate one of the characters chosen for his pilot trait on his last non-KO click. This game, the generated character can't heal or be replaced, and if it would take damage, instead remove it from the game without scoring it, and deal Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk 1 unavoidable damage. So he's 200 or 125 points. He has the improved movement, elevated, and through characters. He has no range, and then at the 200 point line, he's going to have 10 clicks of health, starting with an 11 charge, 11 super strength, 19 invincible, and then a 4 no damage power. At 125, he's starting on click 4 with an 11 hypersonic, that special attack power with the poison, and then 18 impervious, and then he doesn't get that stop click until click 7, but then he has it all 4 clicks in a row. So you're going to get a chance to spawn each one of those people he chose for his pilot. At 125, 4 stop clicks seems pretty crazy. And
and 4 attack power or 4 damage powers. Like that's
So, I mean, I think he's going to take
right.
a little bit of work to kind of narrow down your choices for who's really going to make him great, looking at their last clicks and the attack and damage powers they offer him. But yeah, being able to bring in potentially 4 people, and if one gets KO'd, you bring him to his next stop click. So you're always going to get that extra piece on the board.
I mean, just his keywords are great. So like you have tons of awesome to pick from. So like I just love the idea of spitting out 4 characters with the symbiote keyword once he hits all 4 of those stop clicks. So or whatever. Like you have 4 mystical, you can pop out 4 soldiers, or you can do a mix of whatever. I like it. I mean, it's cool. It's a very like good throwback to the Circle of 4. If anybody like, that was a fun run. So. Like this guy's great. I'm really excited they made this guy into a legacy. I heard when this got revealed, I was like, oh, this is awesome because he was super bloated.
The
for his
sculpt
old
is sick, but just way too expensive to play.
That 125 point line, there is something there. Even like with murnable keywords, it doesn't matter. Like he has those 4 stop clicks.
Well, he's also like he's getting wherever he wants to go. Like, he's got elevated characters. Yeah, he's a multi-base, or he's a peanut, but he's getting there with hypersonic and an 11 speed. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
the 4 powers are great too. Because I mean, you can give him, if you want to go all damage, you give him outwit, prop, perplex,
shape change.
Yeah, shape change. There you go.
You can just and make then one of your attack powers Mern as well, and then Mern pops out later, stopping modifications.
Yeah.
And then you can choose Steel Energy or Shape Change. That's I think a great option to even just have.
And then he's got the brute keyword.
He can't heal above his stop clicks, so Steel Energy becomes useless towards the end.
But he can choose it earlier if he takes damage on 4 through 6. You have 4 damage powers. There's no way that you're gonna take advantage of all 4 damage powers you pick in once.
Yeah, outwit, perplex, prop, and then close combat expert.
No, you have the brute keyword. You already get the longsword. It's fine. You just I take shape change. I'll take.
Oh, you give him the motorcycle. You want to get that rollout, so you get super senses and I guess shape change instead of close combat expert. But yeah, it's that way you get the double rollout, the +2 speed. Now he's a 13 speed.
I think he's
without
really
wit,
cool.
perplex, prop. Yeah.
No, this guy's great.
I think he's awesome. I like when they do this stuff with like previous Con LEs. This is a super cool version of the character.
I mean,
he gets pretty much full map with 1 perplex and the motorcycle. That gives him 14 speed.
I mean, you can still get him there with other stuff too. So I got mystical, or I think that's it. You can do Shuri, and she can perplex him, and then she just poofs him 4 squares, and then he's there. Like you don't even have to do a bike; you can just go.
You want the bike though for that rollout. You want super senses.
I like shape change with what things are. Like not many people are running Battle Fury, and more people have a way to deal with super senses because Wally is a thing, and I'll take
Zenzi's
that.
going to be seeing an uptick in play because of that damn, what's it called?
The phone booth.
No, well that's
Dream
the
Ruby?
phone booth, yeah, and all the Dream Ruby.
Oh,
Yeah.
either way, I like the one where you just can't target me now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some potential here. But again, you got to be a little creative with and kind of do a deep dive into all of his keywords.
Yeah, no, but he's great
There's
though.
got to be something there.
I mean, he's a really powerful character because it's Red Hulk with both the Spirit of Vengeance and the symbiote and the Venom symbiote at the same time.
One thing though, because I know we don't go over the terrain, is I'm glad that we do have the Bookwood terrain, dumpster fire. So I'm looking forward to playing that.
I do like. Oh yeah, there's
How
the
did I miss
traps
this?
also, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a dumpster fire?
There is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Characters within 3 squares modify their attack -1.
Where do I get that from?
They're in the boosters. Honestly, a lot of this terrain is really hard to get. I don't even know if I pulled the dumpster fire.
I think I have.
Dude,
like,
I'll play the dumpster fire just on principle.
So
It's a dumpster fire.
the effect of it is characters within 3 squares modify their attack -1 too. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so it's a pretty much a free emo mod, sort of.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the legacy cards. But we do have some one-shots. Do you want to read the first one here, Pete?
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. One shot. The fact when a friendly character takes damage after resolutions, you may choose that until the end of your next turn. They can use Battle Fury, Close Combat, Expert, and Invulnerability, and that's 5 points.
You get a 5-point Hulk.
Are we using it?
I think it's fine.
Oh,
I think it's
totally.
fine.
For 5 points, I
Yeah.
totally would.
Yeah, it gives you Battle Fury for 5 points. Like if you don't have the money for a Zenzi or whatever, it's 5 points. You're gonna be able to give it Battle Fury.
Yeah, that one
have to
turn
take
of being
damage.
able to get it is not bad.
No.
No, yeah, it's not great, but I mean, I can see people use it.
All right, what's the next one?
It is Heimdall's Sight, which is 5 points. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character with the Asgardian keyword. If you do this turn, that character has a minimum range of 8.
I think these one-shots are way more reasonably costed. I could see that being a big thing. 8 range on the right piece.
Yeah, like
Minimum range of 8. So now, like, you can have like Better Bill at 100 points. Like he only has a 6 speed hypersonic, but now you can spend 5 points, and now he's gonna have a minimum range of 8.
Mm-hmm.
So now that 6 speed doesn't feel as bad.
Or Thor to throw the hammer. Okay, I charge. I'm going to throw this hammer 8 squares away.
Would you would be able to do a 8 range pulse wave too, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Yes. Oh, you could do that with the common Thor, and then he has you give him Stormbreaker for free, so it's 8 range pulse wave that deals knockback.
The starter Thor that does 2 damage pulse wave.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's the starter Thor.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
that's worth 5 points.
With 10 particles to make him a giant.
That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what about the third one?
We got insurance policy. When a friendly terrain marker is destroyed, if it had a point value greater than 0 after resolutions, you may remove up to 3 action tokens from among friendly characters. So if someone destroys your barrel, you can just take action tokens off of characters, which isn't bad.
There's
I don't know if you're really going to be playing it.
I think if we get more terrain that's more than 0 points, this becomes.
I mean, it also too with equipment.
Yeah.
Too, and equipment destroyed. So, potentially maybe, yeah. But, yeah, there's just way too many there above it.
Removing 3 action tokens, though, that's pretty big. You could take 2 off of a guy that's completely tokened out and another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I know. For pacing, this is big. It's just, can you make it work? Is the thing. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
The sideline slots just so
No, I know, but I like that this is a worthwhile choice where you're like, I might want to use.
It's not something that you're just never going to play. Like there is a reason to use this, and it's going to be tough to try and limit the sideline. I just think that more often than not, this one's going to just, even though how good it is, it's going to be tough. Like between this and rivalry.
When do you activate it?
When a terrain marker is destroyed.
Yeah.
That's when you would flip it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, you don't have to, because it's not this turn, so you don't have to, like, preemptively do it on a turn where there's, like, a equipment that's on the ground or something.
Yeah, you just, whenever you use the effect, you turn it over.
It's almost
the
worth
effect
it, like,
happens. Yeah.
It's almost worth it if you use your own object in an attack then. Like, yes, you're giving up a few points, but, like, if you free up your characters that were tokened up that turn to then make more attacks, that's...
Ooh, I like that.
Well, there's going to be some games, too, where you have barrel, and,
Yeah.
like, they're going to put you on an open map. Barrel's useless. Go ahead and destroy your friendly marker in a close attack. Charge, just,
Yeah, or Quake, too, as well.
Yeah, this one actually, if you can use it to plan your own removing 3 action tokens mid to late game, this one might make teams actually.
That's what I mean. So say you are able to pick, like, say Mimic is not on the, or whatever, Mimic's already gone for the game, and this is there. You pick up your own equipment, use it in an attack or whatever, or just throw it at somebody, something.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have other guys that are tokened, like say your bigger hitter. All right, they're untokened now, and they can go this turn. That could shift something very heavily.
Yeah, I think there's potential with this one actually. All right, and then this is the one from the release day kit. So this is Unstoppable. The effect is friendly characters can use charge. When they do, they have improved movement, destroys blocking, and that's only for 5 points. So for 5 points, you can give your entire team charge for 1 turn. That seems pretty crazy.
Just one character.
Oh, that's right.
So
wait,
but that's still great, and it's just
there you go, right there. For the one before, Captain America. At the beginning of a turn, you may destroy Captain America. So if you destroy your Captain America, it did cost points. You can then take action tokens off of your other figures.
Oh, the ice, yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I just had to double check that wording before I said it.
This is an awesome one shot. This will get played.
Yeah, definitely. You anything that doesn't have charge that you want to have charge is automatically looked at. So
post rotation is to replace motorcycle, and you're gonna save 10 points.
Just the ability to bust through that front line in whatever attack you want to make, first, second turn, whatever. Yeah, it's worth the 5 points. So I'm liking the point values and the options we have here.
Same, yeah.
All right, that is going to wrap it all up here. Did you guys have any final thoughts?
This set is very reminiscent for me of before I left of Mutations and Monsters, the one where Green Scar came from, and it doesn't seem like it's going to really disrupt the meta, but I think that that's where it's going to surprise people. There's tons of things in here that are really good and probably won't be seeing play until post rotation. So this is a set to keep in mind post rotation, because like the barrel is being played like competitively a lot. Once that's gone, like this entire set becomes that much better. This set is just it's so much better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't think it was on anyone's radar of being what it really is. And now that everything's kind of out, I don't know if I've seen as much like positive hype for a set in a long time.
From bottom to the top, I mean, outside of Red King, it's good.
Just picking on Red King. Dan, what about you?
I mean, this set hits all the notes for me. Like, it's got a bunch of stuff that I like personally, and things that are just playable. Like, I never thought I get to play as Guardians like in Modern, and I'm not throwing. Like, that's just in and of itself a win for me. So,
yeah, as Guardian got a lot stronger with this set for sure.
How long until Skynet can say that about Kryptonian?
Oh, decades.
Okay.
Oh, don't. We keep making these accusations. There's going to be problems.
I'm gonna taunt him. He wants the summer of Superman.
We taunted you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to make it work," and you never made it work. It just wasn't there.
He has a winning record with more Kryptonian pieces than a lot of other people.
I'm talking about Kryptonian teams as a team. Okay, you can throw any piece on a unthemed team and win. I'm talking about making Kryptonian actually win. You can't cheat. Like Asgardian actually has a chance to win an event.
That's true.
And a major event.
Pete, what about you? Final thoughts?
I was not at all excited about this set, but now that we've seen it and played with it, it's phenomenal. Honestly, the whole design, how everything interacts. We didn't even cover the terrain. I mean, just the fact that there's a dumpster fire terrain just made me insanely excited. So I'm going to go dig through all my boosters to make sure I have that. The legacies, with the exception of like 2, are at least all playable. Well, maybe 3. Hercules isn't great either. But it's great, man. It's a great set. It's very exciting, and I'm honestly looking forward to a little bit of a break to kind of play with all the stuff that we got in a short period of time.
I think.
So, are you willing to say, because I know Rebin's got the button ready, that this set is the GOAT?
Oh, those goats. Those damn goats. I love the sound drop, but I hate that damn toothbrush. That piece can rot.
I think I love terrain as an idea. So like this set interacting with it so heavily, I actually really enjoy, because it was such a cool change in the like, just generally like what they did to update it. You know, going from like objects to this is really awesome. So I like that the set interacts with stuff on the field so much.
Yeah, almost like we needed this when they first made those changes, a set like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the set is a ton of fun, and with this now and Spider-Verse, I think Modern's in a really fun place. So I'm looking forward to building some fun teams in the coming weeks. Lots of keywords to build with here. It's got an awesome CUR, great super rares, one of the best chase sets I think we've seen for a while. It's definitely in Modern. And yeah, super playable legacy cards. Most of them you want to pick up.
Considering that the chases didn't really have a theme either. It was just like, hey, chases that destroy stuff or make stuff.
Seems fine in Smash and Destroy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but thanks for listening, and see you next time.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!
I'm solar. La 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 la. I'm solar.
69.